I was a really picky eater back in those days. So, which I guess is not that out of the ordinary. I think for a lot of us, as we mature, as we get older, our horizons broaden, generally speaking. So, like, yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff, I just assumed I wouldn't like. I was a little shitter back in those days. I was a little shitter. The good news is I'm no longer a little shitter. I grew up, now I'm a big shitter. Just kidding. Just kidding. My shits are average size. Average size, generally. Big ol' sip of grandpa. I remember the exact context of that quote. But the context of that quote is a slight spoiler. But it is a good one, though. Alright, so the multi-streaming is live, by the way. Simulcasting is live. I was so subtle, you had no idea. I slipped right in. And you never felt a thing. You said, is it in? And I said, yes. And then I had, just to stifle some sobbing. Nothing out of the ordinary. Some embarrassed sobbing on a Friday night. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, a reasonably sized shitter. There's that clip of Moist Critical that I always love to reference where he's being interviewed by Code Miko. And Moist Critical is famously a fairly short guy. He's not as short of a glass of water as I am, but he's a short guy. And in the interview, he makes light of it, right? He jokes about it sometimes. And in the interview, she was saying like, well, you're a pretty popular YouTuber. Don't you think that people are intimidated by you sometimes? And he goes, oh yeah, of course people would be intimidated by me. Because I mean, for one thing, I'm so handsome. And I'm also a towering 5'4" Adonis of a human male. And she goes, wait, you're only 5'4"? And there's like a pregnant pause. He's like, what do you mean only? And she's like, I think it's, I think it's cute. And then another pause. And then he goes, oh, thank you. So anyway, I sometimes think about that. I'm a towering 5'3" Adonis. Sure, Alex, sure. For an adult, wait. Have you seen the shitpost where it's like a 5'11" dude and then like, bam, his 6 foot tall girlfriend? Like, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites when it's like, oh hi, I'm 5'11". Here's my girlfriend who's 1 inch taller than I am. Good guy, huge. And there's so many ways you can dissect that shitpost, because it either means the dude is lying and he's like way shorter than he thinks he is, or than he claims he is, or it's like a commentary on, societal expectations, that kind of thing. But anyway, friends, hope everyone is having a good Friday. Let's get back into Banishers, shall we? Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. Last time we happened upon a new settlement with new friends, new BFFs, full of all extremely reasonable, God-fearing, Puritan men and gentlemen and gentlewomen. Certainly no haunting cases about, certainly nothing fucked up, certainly nothing tragic, and oh, just kidding, there was the cobbler case, where there was Caleb, a relatively upstanding dude who was jealous of his brother, Alexander, whom he hated vociferously, and was jealous of his brother being married to a woman called Ruth. Well, I think he fabricated. I think we eventually figured out he fabricated Alexander being a philanderer. He claimed that he was cheating on her. So Ruth left Alexander for Caleb, but they also had a troubled marriage, and then there was a tragic house fire that killed Alexander and Ruth, and Caleb was left alive. He attempted and botched a resurrection ritual that accidentally brought Alexander and Ruth's spirit into his body. They possessed him, and there was a fucked up menage a trois threesome of ghost spirit fuckery happening that had to end in us executing him, because it was the only way to free at least Ruth's spirit, because she was really innocent in all this. But Alexander and Caleb, that was a fucked up case. That was a very fucked up case. 6 foot, yeah. That's a good point too, guys. It's probably more the former. That's probably more what it is. Also, by the way, we have the little thingamajig in the top left, the objective indicator saying, all right, head to the governor. Verbally, we said to ourselves, we need to go talk to Lammy, to the governor's son, And this is Lammy's house, and yet the objective thing he says, go to the governor. I'm guessing the governor is here. But this is Lammy's house. This is where we wanted to go. Or at least where I wanted to go. Where me, the human player, wants to go. Old Lammy. Now, some of you might think, do you mean Lemmy? Like the singer from Motorhead? No, the guy's actual Christian name is Lamentation. Lamentation Haskell. Which is a wild fucking name. So there's the governor. Yo, where's your son? Unless you're... Oh, wait, no, I mean... I guess maybe they live in the same house? I guess that wouldn't be the most fucked up thing. I'm just gonna barge in without knocking. Yeah, I guess this is the governor's house. I guess they... I guess their family, they live together. Lame. So, I guess Lammy is out right now, because there's obviously 2 bedrooms and only 1 fella. Well, sure enough, we shall report to the governor, but I was hoping to talk to Lamentation because... That was the thing. Caleb was like an oddball. Well, I mean, he was always kind of... He wasn't maybe that odd. Lamentation is an oddball. Lammy's a weird one, and he hasn't really been able to relate to anybody or really talk to anybody except Caleb just before he started his, you know, his botched resurrection ritual. So it would behoove us to talk to Lammy to be like, yo, what did you tell him that caused him to kind of go off the rails here? To the governor, thanks.
May I help you, Mr. McCraith?
An unusual case, to put it nicely.
This is an unusual case.
To put it delicately.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
They're dead.
What are you waiting for?
Well, that's the thing too. The implication is that his son is involved somehow. I'll say I don't have the full picture because that's correct.
I have the name. I don't have the full picture. When I do, I'll act.
Come, you have the name. You have the proof. The matter is simple, is it not?
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Well,
the name is Lamentation Haskell.
So that's his son.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times, perhaps. But he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof.
It's happened before, he says.
Find the real source of evil.
I'll get it. Mark me.
He says it's happened before. I'd like to ask about that, but we have no further inquiries, apparently. Yes.
I must find your son.
Mentioning George Washington is very relevant here because this game does take place in the 1690s.
Let's take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.
All right. Sounds like that's where we're heading next. We got the percussive thumping music.
He was
Michael Palin.
Them till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
Don't know if I know the name Michael Palin. He's not related to the Palin that a lot of us know and love. Oh, by the way, we have our ghost waifu back now that we're outside the bounds of the spirit, the spirit condom. Oh, Monty Python, gotcha. Directed a bunch of movies. I'll confess, I only watched a little bit of the Monty Python Flying Circus, but I have watched all the movies with Ryan, actually. With Ryan and a bunch of our homies. Also, now we can actually get through this gate. I did see all the movies. Monty Python movies, that is. But never really watched Flying Circus a whole lot. -1 gate key. And again, this place got, like, so fucked up. But I guess it was an earthquake or something. Like, obviously, it started to build, and then this all just got fucked completely and entirely. Not partially, but fully. Which seems odd. Like, this seems like the kind of thing, like, you look at this, like, the roots of trees just getting ripped apart. It's the kind of thing that just doesn't just casually happen usually. So, some, like, truly bananas seismic activity or something else. And of course, in a game like this, the something else, it tends to have a lot of weight. It tends to have a lot of implications here. Also some barrels. Barrels and boxes, always the most enjoyable enemy to vanquish in this game. Life of Brian with his speech impediment. I don't know if I remember the speech impediment guy. It has been a minute since I've seen that movie. Actually, come to think of it, I guess it's been like
Hell's balls.
15 years since I've watched any of them.
Something's emanating from under there.
I'm not surprised.
This place is off limits.
Yeah. Making some spooky noises, too. Looks like there's a jump opportunity across that particular direction. Is there anything else? No, I think that's why our hand is glowing. It's because of the jump. The jumpy boy opportunity. This is gonna be over here. I'm surprised they only just now made note of this violent chasm that has opened up across the board everywhere. It's pretty fucked. Whoops, that was the wrong button. I'm starting to see more of these fellas. And gut punch. There we go. Oh, not done. He spawned some friends. That it? That's it. Pontius Pilate. Pilate, rather. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably know if I, like, saw a picture, I'd be like, oh, that guy. That's probably how it would go. Let me reload real quick. Oh, I hear the pitter-patter of kitty cats returning downstairs. For a little bit there, I had both cats down here, and that never happens. I was the king. I was the kitty cat king. And now I've been demoted to kitty cat squire, but that's still a pretty good position to be in. Can't complain.
Must be Lammy's hideaway.
Wards. Think you can fend for yourself?
And of course, there's awards here. Also,
I can't, Rory.
another one of these things, another one of these creeping ivies. I wonder if Lammy has some kind of thing he's working on to help dispel these creeping ivies. Maybe he's how we get that whole thing sorted out. Also, I appreciate that it's locked, presumably on both sides. Yeah, I can't go any further here. And of course, this is blocked. Oh, Sheeny, you wanna come up, sweet girl? Wanna come here? Trying to get her to hop up to my lap. Come here, sweet girl. Do it. You can do it. Hey, we got her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Oh, also a barrel. The most vicious of all enemies in this game. Murderous ghosts and killer specters are one thing, but barrels hanging from trees? Ooh, that shit's scary. That shit'll sneak up on you and kill you. Right, Sheena girl? So scary. Alright, so Lammy is nowhere to be found here. And of course now we have our ghost wife back to us. Actually, for that matter, where did the barrel... It was like from this tree, I think. I think it's... Oh, yeah. It's right there, I say, yeah. But we can't dispel the creeping ivies yet, so... Probably over here, then. I'm just, like, gonna assume that the door's gonna be locked.
You here?
Okay, well, there's a sneaky way to sneak in through the side. He's not gonna mind me liberating some of his treasure chests and other various possessions, and snooping on his journal. Surely he won't mind. Just herbalism, nothing out of the ordinary. Yes, Sheena girl, you're a good sweetie. And he's working on herbaling things. Scalpel, knife, magnifying glass, other... Well, I don't usually think of scalpels as a herbalist tool, but I mean, general dibbling and dabbling and dawdling Maybe even a little bit of diddling, who knows. And he does have many interests. He just mentioned that he has many things he dabbles in. Yeah, botany. Actually, yeah, the creeping ivy thing. That might be exactly what he's going for. Herbal essences. Do you think he's going to film himself doing the commercials? Oh, yes.
Be a way to open this door from the other side.
I'll have what he's having. Well, I think I found his abode. He, like, went to great lengths to keep it locked, except he just happened to, like, I don't know how you leave something like this open. Like, it's very obvious. Wouldn't this cause a draft? Especially since there's, like, a permanent winter in this world. So, also, we have our ghost wife that we can use here. He has no wards. Actually, that's odd. He has no wards here. You think that'd be the first thing he would do. Especially because he did have some set up in the other place. Well, anyway. Let's snoop around, because this is definitely his place. You mind your business. That's right. That's right. Which is usually how it goes. If I'm in earshot to hear somebody I don't know all that well having a butthole puckering orgasm, I tend to just mind my own business. I usually don't try to investigate further. If I hear someone just having a real dick curler, then I let them do their thing. A real ball shriveler, as we call it. So yes, flora and fauna. Corvus corax and common raven. Okay, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary here. That's a little fucking weird. Yeah, just experimenting on dead animals. You know how it is. This, of course, is locked. Well, actually, is it? It might not be locked. It is locked.
This requires a key.
Okay. Is this the letter that he wrote to Caleb? No, it is not. Because that one was anonymous, of course. This one was pretty recent. This was a couple years ago, I think. So, yes, this is the demonologist that his father looked up to. From Providence, Rhode Island. He says, here's some quick notes to quench your thirst. So yeah, he was curious about demonology. And then the dreadful Aralu. I don't think we've heard that word before. Aralu, or that name. Mythologized hell only the boldest dare to travel to and come back alive. I wonder if it's the void breaches that we already know about. You and me are like Orpheus, ready to cross the forbidden waters and bring back the only fiancé we really cherish, that is knowledge. Orpheus, that's from Greek mythology, I'm thinking. Was that like was that the person that tried to bring Persephone back out of the underworld from Hades? Anyway, nothing otherwise. It says, do be careful, threshold between our world and the other. Yeah, so New Eden is susceptible to hauntings and such. That's the, so he like tried to bring Persephone back. But that was the whole thing though. Persephone wanted to be there, right? Oh, he had Eurydice? Was he like romantically interested in both, or was he just like friends with Persephone, or trying to, because Persephone was Demeter's daughter? Maybe he was just like friendly with Demeter or something. But yeah, I thought Persephone's whole deal is that she like truly loved Hades. Well, no, Hades kind of stole her away, didn't he? Maybe she didn't love it then. I don't know. It's maybe, well, it's all Greek mythology. It's all made up anyway. But still, it is interesting. It's good storytelling. So he's saying that this thing called Aralu, which we might know as the Void Breaches, there's like portals to it in New Eden. Some in the area have already tried to travel to this world. Warlocks and puny witches. Is this why the threshold between the worlds is thin? Hard to say. Peculiar vibrations coming from an ancient mill located above a cliff. It's a creepy place. That might be a place to check into, he says. It's a place to start. The mythical Aralu. But keep this secret. Good to know. Good to know.
Aralu. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
He mentioned
not a name we've heard.
Mill. Seemed fascinated by the place.
These look not dissimilar from some of the witch engravings we've seen before. So the stuff he's mentioning, I'm thinking, is probably the Void Breaches, and it's just probably at least related to the witch stuff we've seen already. Yeah, interesting he was being so secretive about it, but I guess that's, you know, them's the breaks. I'm being really subtle, by the way, as I'm sneaking into this guy's abode, his, like, hidden hideaway, and shooting shit and smacking open locked doors, that kind of thing. It's kind of ambiguous. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. Oh, I think you're both correct. I think you're both correct, because it is kind of vague. But yeah, White Flare kind of mentions that, yeah. I mean, we were just talking the other day, Zeus... I mean, you know, it's a... we don't like to drop the R word here, but Zeus took advantage of many a situation. We'll say it that way. So, yes. Yes. Yeah, guys, yeah, we're all three of us, I think, are generally thinking the same thing here. Yeah, more stolen, right, yeah. So stole her away, which could mean, like, romantically, like, swept her off her feet, or, yeah, stole her because she was property, because that's how it was back then. Yeah, it's, yeah, not a very flattering... There's not a lot of flattering ways to view the whole situation from any witch angle. Looks like this is the mill. In fact, it looks like, I think that's what that says on there, M-I-L-L. So I think this is the village, or maybe this is the little hideaway where we are right now. But regardless, we have a bit of a trek. Oh yeah, in fact, I think this is like the swamp up here. Anything in the ghost version that we can see? No, not necessarily.
The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Can she see it? Not really. Not particularly. I mean, this is quite the little workshop. I mean, he's dabbling in a lot of different things. Or maybe he's just, like, you know, trying to take their pelts, that kind of thing. But, I don't know, the runes inscribed upon the wall don't exactly bring a lot of confidence that this is, like, something chill and innocent. This is, but it's not necessarily sinister yet. On the key to the chest. Extremely convenient, just happened to be right there. Not a legal marriage, though. Yeah, does not surprise me.
Yet.
Yeah, exactly, Red.
What we found at Caleb Watson's. Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
Yeah, Red beat me to the punch. It's like, this is all weird, and it is definitely evidence that he has been dabbling in a lot of things and has interest in things that would cause suspicion, but nothing that is just completely off the rails, at least not yet. Can I check that note, by the way? Yeah, it was not a legal marriage. Was it? Did they elope? Right. Yeah, all valid questions to which there's no obvious answers. He doesn't cheat on her, at least, which is good. Yeah, which is something. Yeah. At least he kept it in his pants, which is more than you can say for a lot of Greek mythology relationships. What's the Gen Z term? Situationships. That's what we call them. She was Orpheus's wife. Gotcha. Went to hell to bring her back. Okay. Okay. So it wasn't that I was thinking of... Yeah, okay. Had nothing to do with Persephone. He was trying to get Eurydice back. Yeah. So I was kind of conflating the two stories. So yeah, the mill. That's what he's referring to. So roulette or roulette, probably roulette, was the one that told him about this place. He says, so much to do. And of course, this is the original definition for the word. It means to be disturbed. So, and I like how that he says unscientific neighbors. It doesn't sound like this dude's like, oh cool, I'm gonna bring humanity to ruin. I can't wait to perform some forbidden science, some forbidden rituals, and like doom my neighbors to a hellish eternity or anything. It sounds like he just thirsts for knowledge. He's just like genuinely curious.
Or impossible to come out.
Which, you know, doesn't excuse the fact that if he's dabbling in things that will bring his family and community to ruin, not great. Not a great look, as we say. But it's also not evidence of him being like, you know, a demon worshiper or shit like that. So, it's a curious case. Curious case indeed. Anything back here? Ooh, yes. Right, yeah, because that's our explanation for why things spring back up in spring, as it is the return of Persephone. Because, yeah, that was like the deal they made, right? There was some kind of bargain that was struck between Demeter and Hades, where he was like, I'm not just gonna give her back, but it's like, all right, listen, I get this is kind of a raw deal for you guys, because Persephone's presence means that, you know, we need crops to grow and shit like that. So he's like, all right, here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do. And that was like some kind of bargain. Otherwise, are we done here? I guess we are, because yeah, that just kind of drops off. Let's go to this mill then, where all the action must be. Although we might make a few pit stops along the way, because as we're heading towards the mill, there is point of interest here, and a farm that for whatever reason is on our map, but has not been yet activated. Also, I wonder if this will eventually connect to this space up here. Actually, I guess more here, because there was a cave entrance we could never explore previously. Of course, we have a chest there we have yet to open, because I don't think we have any extra keys right now. Yeah, no, just kind of loose keys in our inventory right now. So we'll start to make our way towards the abandoned farm. And also this point of interest. We'll kind of hit up a few of these kind of as we're in the general neck of the woods. And also there's the rescue mission that we're working towards. In fact, it wouldn't shock me if this road right here eventually kind of connected these two parts of the world, the Dark Woods and the Harrows. So that is what we're gonna do. That's what we finna do, fam. Can I go down this way? No, because that would lead to death. And death, last I checked, is not good for our health. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Little claustrophobic in here. Now, of course, you've already explored this area. This is the graveyard, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, game crashed. The game did crash, although that's kind of on me. I forgot to close a couple things. So I'm going to go ahead and close the Intro Fighters app. That's on me, big dog. That's on me. I should have closed a couple things first. In fact, yes, I probably don't need to, but I'm going to close Discord. It's because that's a solid... That's a thing that I rarely need to use while I'm streaming. Whiteflare says, fuck the rules, Alex. Open more things. Open more things. Give it a what for. I like how you think, Whiteflare. You like to challenge things. Whiteflare says, heck the status quo. Now, I assume closing things helps. I mean, we still had maybe 1 or 2 crashes yesterday, even though we had closed a bunch of things after the start of the stream. So it doesn't prevent everything, but it's a good idea. Okay. And again, mercifully, the game autosaves pretty often. So even if we crash, we don't really lose too much general action. Oh, by the way, Joseph pops in. He says, yo, give me a random absurd compliment, and also let's open some Pokemon cards. I can do both simultaneously. Let me grab the browser. The bruiser and the browser, and then while I'm doing this, I'll think of a good fucked up compliment for Joseph. So, Joseph, you want an absurd compliment? You have, you are, what's a weird one? I feel like I tend to just kind of, reach for like the first thing that comes to mind. What's like a really fucking strange one I could hit Joseph with? Joseph, you have the what's a way I can phrase it? I'll just say, Joseph, you have the facial structure of an extremely intelligent raccoon. I'll say not a raccoon, of an extremely intelligent, an extremely noble raccoon. Let's go with that one. You have the facial structure of an extremely noble raccoon. And that's going to carry you really far in life. That you're going to do a lot of great things with that. Intelligent is too obvious. Also, where's the I added my favorites, the Pokemon booster pack. I think if I just type in PokemonBoosterPack.com. There we go. Didn't have it in my favorites. Yeah, a noble raccoon. Which is to say noble and also wealthy. Wealthy raccoon. So a raccoon that has had many generations of like generational wealth passed down. You know, generation after generation. So you like each generation inherits the previous generation's wealth. So noble insofar as you have, a general sense of sophistication about you, but also your raccoon family is doing quite well. And your high standing in raccoon society reflects upon your generous raccoon facial structure. So there you go. You get a physical compliment and also a socioeconomic compliment. There we go. All right, friends. Here's the Pokemon card pack. Joseph, you probably know how this works. If there is a set you would like to open, you can pick one. Of course, the base set is always a banger. Although Jungle and Fossil also great. But if you're more of a fan of Gen 2, we got the Neo packs, Aquapolis, Sky Ridge, all those. Team Rocket. We Team Rocket it up, baby. Gonna mute the game. Actually, no, we'll leave the game open. That way with the ominous background audio will make things nice and spooky. So we got Dark Raticate. Yeah, we got the dark Pokemon, so it makes the ambience we have in the background that much more sinister. This Ekans is not actually Dark Ekans. He's just regular Ekans, just the standard illustration there. I think this one came up last time. I love this Abra illustration. I always love this one. Like how he's sleeping on the roof. So chill. Yeah, that's a good Abra. Oh my god, the Dark Rock, or the Team Rocket Slowpoke. These vector drawings make me so happy. This is something Gracie would love. She loves this art style. There's Grimer chilling in the sewers. That's a good poke. Yeah, well, Abra's a good one. Abra's a good one, and of course what it evolves into is, of course, incredible. We got Dark Arbok. Darkbok, if you will. With moves that don't look overly scary. It's, only 10 damage, obviously, and Stare, of course, does a little bit of damage. I mean, the numbers don't look amazing. Whoa! Master Train! Master Train, you're a gosh darn homie. Also, 9 months, my friend. Subscribe for 9 months. We're having a sub, baby. What are we gonna name it? How's about Super Train? Just combine our names. Or Master Hobbit sounds like a weird... It's like... Is Master Hobbit a rank above Super Hobbit? It might be, actually. Yeah. And thank you, Master Train. 9 months of being subscribed. That's so nice, buddy. Thank you, my friend. Yes, Super Train. Let's go Super Train. I like that. Good to see you, bud. We're opening a Pokemon card pack, courtesy of Joseph, and we just got a Dark Arbok. It is not holographic, but I won't hold that against Joseph. It's not his fault. Yo, we got Dark Kadabra. We get Abra and Dark Kadabra in the same card pack, same booster pack. That's pretty sick. We got a Dark Wartortle. Hell yeah! Look at him. Look, he's so sassy. Can I zoom in? I can sort of zoom in, but not really. But yeah, he looks so sassy. He's got his arms crossed. He looks mad. We got Dark Machoke. Look at his big ass mouth. What'd that mouth do? What'd that mouth do? You know, he's lifting the boulder, but he could probably chomp that thing with his big chompers. Ekans, Abra, and then an Arbok and a Dark Kadabra. All in the same pack. You'd love to see it, baby. Love to see it. Oh, he's got another! Master Train says, run it back, baby, run it back. Yeah, in fact, I still have the window open. Let me switch back real quick. Master Train, it is up to you, my friend, which pack set you would like to pull from. You have your pick of the litter, my friend. Don't mind me getting attacked by a spoon. Nothing out of the ordinary. Master Train says, more Team Rocket, baby. You got it, fam. Oh, I guess I have to refresh. Bloop. Refresh. Another Team Rocket pack. Here we go, baby. Another Dark Raticate. Now, is this... There's no way this is going to give me the exact same pack, right? Ain't no way. Ain't no way they're going to give me the exact same pack. Okay, it's a different one. We got, like, Angie Psyduck. I don't think... It doesn't say he's Dark Psyduck, but it's also, I think, different from the usual base pack Psyduck. That Meowth is also different. Although I do like that illustration. Also, I like Coin Hurl. He just pukes up a bunch of money. Just fucking barfs coins at somebody. There's, oh, look at that adorable Squirtle. Dark Wartortle looked so angry, but Squirtle is such a happy bean. There's Oddish. Oh, love Oddish. Love Oddish. Just a delightful Pokemon. Yo, Dark Blastoise, Master Train. Damn. I'm pretty sure base set Blastoise was one of the best cards in the pack. Of course, it was no holographic Charizard, but still, dank ass Blastoise, sick, dude. It's got Hydro Cannon. It's got Rocket Tackle. Beautiful, just beautiful. The Boss's Way, a rare, I mean, not literally rare, but an uncommon trainer card. Got a Porygon in the house. Nice 3D graphics Porygon inside of a little Christmas present box. Dark Gloom. I really like this illustration. Really like this illustration. And of course, we just got Oddish from the same booster pack. Pretty solid too. Back to back, really solid packs. That Dark Blastoise. It's not holographic. Of course, there's no holograph movable thing since it's obviously just a JPEG. But if it was holographic, there'd be confetti that pops out when you pull it. So it's not holographic, but still. Also 189 pounds. He's a chunk. He's a chonker. He is 5'3" in length. He is as long as I am tall. 5'3". So I'm the size of Dark Blastoise. Whenever somebody asks, Alex, how tall are you? I'm gonna say, yo, I'm Dark Blastoise. That's how tall I am. And that answer will befuddle them. It will leave them befuddled, but it might also leave them a little bit aroused. And if I'm not befuddling and arousing somebody, then am I even doing my job right? What if you weigh more than Dark Blast? I mean, 189 is not like... I mean, if you know, there's a lot of people that are tall glasses of water that are, you know, healthily past that age, that size, that weight range, rather. You did lose that one. That's a shame, yeah. I do have a bunch of my old Pokemon cards, and every once in a while, I will threaten to do a stream where I go through my old Pokemon cards. Yeah, 200's like not an unhealthy weight. I mean, if you're like 3'10" and you're 200 pounds, okay, that's maybe a bit much, but yeah, I'm pretty sure 200, you know, for various height ranges is not at all considered unhealthy. But yeah, I do have my old Pokemon cards. I think I have all of them. I really think I do. I think including extras. And of course, I don't know what to do with the extras, obviously. But the old ones I have in a old oh, look at this guy. He's red. Oh, hold on, this guy's giving me the suck. What are you doing? I think this is just the standard pitchfork lady. Oh, but he's a big boy.
Watch out.
Shoot him in the face.
We made it angry.
Whip. Man, it's not long for this world. I'm gonna fuck his day up completely. He's fucked up completely. Oh, he's going for it. No, nope, that's not allowed. What did I just say? This is not allowed. Thank you very much.
I have another insight.
There we go. But anyway, no. So I just have them in a in like a card binder of sorts. So you know, I don't have them like graded or anything. Like I was never a serious collector. I was a kid, obviously. So they are all absolutely without any value because they've just sat in a binder over the years. You know, they're probably kind of scrungy and maybe even a little bit bent up. But
Here for pleasure.
we got them though. She said Lammy's probably not out here for pleasure. Probably not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, that's I think how it generally works, is that yeah, it depends on. It's the there's an acronym to like determine like, you know, if a range is considered, you know, within a healthily acceptable bounds. Something like, is it body mass index? Something body mass index. I can't remember what it's called. But like, and you could like look it up online where it's like you input your height, input if you're a dude or a lady, and then input your weight, and it gives you BMI. Yeah, that's the acronym. Yeah, and then it tells you the BMI, and then that BMI is like a scale. So it's not like you're unhealthy or you're healthy. It's more of like a, you know, just it's kind of a it's a spectrum. So the old mill to the left. Pastures are to the right, as are the dark woods. It looks like both things. I'm being incentivized to go to the right. You would think the dark mill is where we're going, though, isn't it? And yet we're being told to go this way. Well, I'm a little bit curious. What if I go this way? Is it a dead end? Oh, it's a crash. It's a game crash. Anything else I can close? I feel like I've done my due diligence with closing a bunch of things. What else can I close? What's this thing called OBS? Let me just close that real quick. No, I'm not gonna close that. What's this weird thing called OBS? Well, that thing's taking up a lot of resources. Better close that shit. Get that shit out of here. What's this System 32 folder? It's kind of large. I better delete it. Actually, I'm pretty sure Windows... I think basically after Windows, like Vista and on, maybe even XP, there are controls in place now where you... I think you have to... I don't even know if you... Even if you're like super admin, even if you have like super admin privileges, I don't even know if even then it'll let you delete System 32, like system folders, basically. Is this the right way? Yeah, I said I was curious. What was this way? Didn't I shoot a barrel? Like I shot a barrel right before the game pissed the bed. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just getting so excited in my barrel shooting ways. I just can't help myself. Also a bunch of boxes that I could maybe destroy. Let me take that. Get my linens. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that...
What is lurking?
Oh, there's something over here.
Time to work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that... Like, back in Windows XP, yes, you could delete System 32 and you'd have a bad time. But I'm pretty sure in more recent years... You have to, like, go to pretty extreme lengths to even have that as an ability. Also, look at this guy. He is dead and also, like, pretty freshly dead in the grand scheme of things. He's not a rotted corpse. You were in the military, in the army, Master Train. That's awesome, man. Interesting. So there's also different measurements for BMI. That's really good to know, Master Train, because yeah, that like, you know, by that measure, you could be like setting somebody, you could kind of set someone up to fail if like someone sees BMI as the end all be all. If they're like, oh yeah, that's like the only universal measure. And like, you know, someone consistently fails it. But like you said, if there's other ways to view it, or there's other like you said, well, yeah, neck and waist circumference. So if there's other kind of like, other, I don't know, flavor. Oh, Long Beach, by the way. Oh, we found Long Beach. There it is. We found it. Where's Long Beach in the United States? It's on the East Coast, I think. Yeah, so if there's other, I don't know if I want to go much further because this is clearly going to open up into other stuff. It looks like it, actually no, it looks like it, well, maybe it sort of wraps around. I'll follow the path they wanted us to go down. Especially because the path that they wanted us to go down follows the path that was on the map. So we should follow the map, but at least now we know. There's something out here. But anyway, yeah, no, I legit did not know that there was like other ways to measure BMI. And that only sticking to like kind of like one interpretation of it can be self-limiting. But also kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense that these things are not set in stone and are not a one-size-fits-all measurement category. You just slide along here. Joseph says, let me try. No, don't try it. This is not a challenge. This is not me saying, oh yeah, delete your System32 folder as an experiment. As a joke, as a treat. Interesting, Wi-Fi. This is news to me, although I never really... I mean, I used Windows 95 as a kid. But, like, I didn't understand computers, obviously. Like, I knew how to click a mouse, and I knew how to type buttons on a keyboard.
Like home on a good day. No, it's Hilly mind. He felt like playing with the lambs. Blair preferred to feed them. And I was too busy dreaming.
And you?
I cooked them for dinner. The lambs, I mean. Oh, the girls were furious.
Yes, but they weren't hungry.
That sounds nice, actually. But yeah. Yeah, I would have never had the wherewithal to delve into that kind of stuff in the Windows 95 days. But that is kind of funny. It's New Jersey, gotcha. Also ghosts. So there's the joy of a nice chill pasture that reminds us of home, and also a bunch of bad guys with an ominous red hue, which tells me that there is an endless scourge that we could fight here. So this pasture seems so chill and so idyllic. Never mind the
something close.
Unlimited Satan portal that lurks that we could potentially summon to fight it forever. Something nearby. Oh, here it is. Got Shayna, girl, she's back on my lap. Being a little sweetie cat. We up near Boston? Yes. Well, relatively. Like, there were signs pointing to Boston.
Spectral nest. I better command them to show themselves.
Is it a specter or is it a scourge? Pretty sure it's a scourge, isn't it? Maybe not. But yeah, we saw signs leading to Boston. I think it's just a nest. And it says it's endless. More leap damage. Let's make that thing spectral. Or bring it into meat space. Manifest it. Manifesting.
Let's get back up.
Got something behind me, but I'm trying to focus this fella. Don't even give him a chance to do any jack shit.
Look out!
Oops. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this guy real quick. Oop. Level 20, by the way. This is a pretty high level fight, actually, relatively speaking. Punch! Yo, that's the leap damage thing. Right, that makes sense. So I should be doing that more often, except it does have to charge. Big damage. They were not kidding. That is some... M's are some numbers.
I'm a bit.
Punch! Not done yet. Now, what about shoot them in the face damage? That's pretty good.
I have another in sight. I think I heard the sound of a gun cocking.
Punch! Knocked his block off. Comes the uppercut. Fuck you! Oh, he's doing the fancy dodges, but I got fancy dodges too. Oh, I was gonna say, where'd you go?
Careful!
Someone's doing something? Oh, this guy's trying to throw shit at me. Oof. So you're sneaking up behind me. Boom! We done? Not quite.
Hey, more fun.
It's actually kind of nice having this ability,
I feel like I'm
the ability to fight a bunch of dudes in a nest, because I think this is going to give you nest silt. And that is a limited resource. So having a way to be able to create more of them relatively as often as we want to is pretty nice.
Watch out!
Oof. All right, not gonna fuck with this guy. Just gonna fuck with this guy instead. Oof. See this guy up top as well.
Look out!
Oh, come on. To say that'll free his spirit. I have a feeling we're nearing the end. This bundle of homies. Did that penetrate? Did it shoot the guy behind him? That'd have been really cool. Uppercut! Bam! Oh, I missed! Oof. Oh, he just got a shield from this fucking dude. Let me just miss real quick. Oh, actually, is it you? Are you giving the shield? You know what? Oh, heck, I missed. I think he's giving the shield. Now I'm giving him the dick punch. You know what? We are doing so little damage to this person. I have this to charge up anyway. Not you. Just to hit this other guy. Gotta let that charge up again. This guy has like 1 HP, but he's got a stupid ass shield that I can't seem to break. This guy's being a big old meanie. Oh my god. Get outside of my testicles. He is inside of my nuts. He's like
Gonna ask for help?
popping around, wimbly bimbly, just bouncing inside of my nutsack, making himself so comfortable. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Still not a ton of damage though. Right, I'm taking a sip. You just kill this guy so I can get this dumbass shield away from this guy, because this dude is just being an enormous nuisance. And these guys are the extra fast guys. Just constantly attack and are just the biggest dickists. Ouch. Super fast and have a bajillion combos. Ouch. Ah, fucking hell. But that's the thing. Spectres take extra damage from ghost punches, whereas ghosts do not. Ghosts take more damage from Red's attacks. He's out of there. Alright, this guy's all that's left.
Careful!
Is he out of here? We got that shit. Woo! Tough fight, but, well, more of an annoying fight. It wasn't, not like we were in a danger of losing. We had plenty of resources, but... I mean, generally speaking, the combat in this game, it's, you know, it's serviceable, and there's not a ton of depth to it. It's no Dark Souls. Got some good resources out of it. It says the irresistible urge to delete my fucking System 32. Don't do it. Don't do it, because the answer is you probably can't do it. but it's best not to chance it. It's best not to challenge to see if your computer will let you do it. So again, we could do that fight again if we wanted, but once is enough for now. We don't have any immediate need for more of the nest garbly goops. Yes, he was inside of my nuts. You know, it's one thing to say like, yo, step off of my nuts. He wasn't just bouncing on my nuts, he was inside of them. Mans was in there trying to give me a vasectomy, and I'm saying, listen, we thought about it, but that's, that is a personal choice. I will, if I ever choose to do so, I'll. It is a family planning choice, not a choice for a monster fella to make for me. Also, there's something nearby. There's our ring. There's a safe house. Wasn't our ring glowing? There was something about here that.
Something's nearby.
Yeah, something.
Where is it?
Where is it indeed? Oh, here it is. That was the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button like a doofus. Ask me anything. She had $8 and some ghost juice on her. And she's dead, but again, only freshly dead. Not like a rotted corpse, but a relatively fresh corpse. Fresh out of the corpse oven. Speaking of goddamn corpse motherfuckers. Oh my god, you're so jumpy. I am so good at video games. Let me tell you how great I am. Ouch.
I can help.
Uppercut. Bam. It's like an anime where you have to call out your attacks before you do them. Ouch. Fucking wailing on me with a broom. Well, no, we talked about this. It's either a broom or a rake. Was that our guy laughing? Because he was like, yo, that was hilarious. Shooting that guy in the face was awesome. And it was. It was pretty cool. But man, I think I missed all the shots. I Wayne Gretzky'd. I missed all the shots that I did take and did not take. We got Void in the house. What's up, bud? Void says, who, me? I might have said the word void at some point. Actually, there's like these portals you can utilize in this game called void breaches. It's a thing that that witches use, because there are witches in this game's universe, and one of them taught us how to use the void breaches. So now I know they're not void breaches, they're rob breaches. The rob breaches. It's me getting inside your pants, Void. After all these years, finally, it was only a matter of time. Have a good night, White Flare. Appreciate you hanging out with us, bud. We have a couple ways to go that way. But let's go ahead and stop in at the little rest station. Little sleepy station. Take ourselves a little nappy nap. We deserved it. Except I will investigate the backside. Yeah, the combat's pretty flashy. I do like it. It's I would say if this game was just like an action RPG, I think it would come up a bit short. If this game was like trying to be a like Assassin's Creed open world RPG thing where like you go around, you fight bad guys, and like you talk to people, kind of go from person to like from place to place, and there wasn't much depth or like heart to the story,
Time to work, Banishers.
then I probably wouldn't like this game very much. If this was like kind of like Atlas Fallen. Atlas Fallen was pretty light on narrative and like world building. It gave you a lot of stuff to do, so that was like satisfying. There was like lots of things to do, lots of side quests. But yeah, the narrative, the world building, it was pretty lackluster. But this game, I think the world building is quite good. I think it's really, really solid. So if you know, the combat being just kind of so is enough for me, because the storytelling, for me at least, more than makes up for it. So anyway, so let's go ahead and hop inside. There's a ghost ward somewhere that I can't seem to find.
We can do it here.
We can do it here? You heard it, boys. We're in. Less than... Oh, right, because the way the numbers accumulate. You're cursed. Cursed for the forever 8. Excuse me. Alright, let's go and light the fire. You ever just light a campfire indoors in a wood building with a thatched roof? An extremely burnable thatched roof. Although, you know what? I guess the idea is maybe this was fairly standard, because there is an obvious ventilation space built in. I think, wooden ventilation space, but it's a chimney no less. I don't know. Maybe this is how it was back in the day. I can't pretend to know these things. I'm not an expert. I just play one on TV. Also, our brooch is upgradable, and I think I should probably upgrade it because that's the one we've been using. Oh, we got another one, though. This one's already tier 4. So we can upgrade this one, or we lose some punch damage, but we gain a fuck ton of spirit points. Wowzers. That's, I think, worth it. So it means we get more Antea time at a given moment, and it can upgrade it further. It's a Scourge Accretion. I'll go and do it. I don't really do manifestations all that often, though. Persistence. Could I upgrade this one twice? Oh, they both manifestation damage and weaving duration. Wisdom and persistence. Outburst. Maybe I would, you know what? Maybe I would use Outburst more often. With it being that large. Could I upgrade this one twice? No. Alright, I'll go and I'll bite. I'll go and do this one. A bunch of porn streams, you say? Interesting. Interesting. I wonder how... I've never stumbled into that corner of Twitch. I don't know how I've dodged it all these years. Sounds like I'm missing out. I'm missing out on a party. I'm gonna hang on to this one for now. Especially because we just gave ourselves something that works really well towards Antea's damaging stats. Damaging stuff stats. This one we lose damage across the board for red, but a bunch of Antea's stats go up a little bit. Her persistence goes up quite a bit. Is it enough though? Probably not. Could upgrade this one if we so chose. We'll take the Nest Silt, of which we only have the one. Would it be worth it though? I mean, we're already using... I don't know if it'd be worth it. What goes up if we upgrade this one? Vector resistance, wisdom, wrath, and persistence. So those are all Antea stats. I think I'm gonna hold off. I think I'll just use the one we have right now. I'll look at this one, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, that's a more or less a free upgrade, just because we have plenty of seashore candles by this point. So I'll go and do that upgrade. So we don't lose much from it. But yeah, I think I'd rather stick with what we have right now. I'm gonna cram my Twitch account exclusively full of porn follows and then sell it. You know, I was listening in on Dunk's stream just the other day. Dunker Slam, one of the Noita streamers that I follow. And yeah, we were actually in his stream, a bunch of us were talking about that 17.5 hours point in time where tasteful nudity was legal on Twitch. They were like, all right, we're opening the floodgates here. We're going to allow tasteful nudity on Twitch. Well, drawing that is. Illustrations of tasteful nudity. And that lasted for less than 24 hours. Because what they probably meant was artistic, tasteful nudity. The kinds of things you would see in like in a figure, like a what's the phrase for like drawing the human form? Not erotic art, but just, you know, naked models, that kind of thing. That's probably what they were expecting. But what instead happened was hentai on main. Hentai being like just popping up on the main page, like genitals going inside of other genital, holes being you know, being occupied, being occupied with things. So needless to say, Yeah, that didn't go over too well. Did not go over too well. So that, yeah, they had to roll back those changes. If we switch to this one, we lose dexterity, but we get a bunch of health, which is not the worst thing. It is not what I would call the worstest of things. It's not that much health, and of course we can upgrade it. It would use our last nest silt. Health goes up even more. Is it worth it though? Is it worth it? I mean, I guess if I find myself in a situation where I'm thinking, man, I need more health and fuck range damage. Because this one already gives us not as much health, obviously, but some. Need more of them elite gems. I'll hold off for now. And I did solve a mystery, so we have 1 essence. 1 essence to our name. And looks like the only essences to use. Actually, it's going to have to be one of these. More spectral damage. Let's do that one. And then... this one. There we go. Tasteful nudity. Yes, there we go. Yes. Yes, that is the definition of the biblical definition of tasteful nudity. Only if those Sharpies, Ryan, if they're like the scented markers. You remember the scented markers from like elementary school, grade school? Only if they're the scented markers. I mean, I guess if we're talking about Sharpies, I guess all Sharpies are inherently scented because they got a stank about them. We could go north. This would almost assuredly loop back around. And I'm curious. Count me amongst the curious. What I want to do this now. What I'll probably eventually do is once we resolve this situation is I'd probably fast travel back to this spot up here. Kind of branch out from there. I do want to see where these things lead. My curiosity knows no bounds. It's full of Sharpies. I'm just don't worry, I'm just doing something for no reason. I'm just doing something. All right, I'm just gonna copy and paste. That's the easiest way. Joseph's name is hard for me to just type out without fucking it up. All right, we're just gonna save that one. Just gonna save that one. Nope, don't worry about it. Don't worry about. Alex, what are you doing with these quotes you're saving? Don't worry about it. That's for you. That's for me to know and for you to not worry about. These things that I'm doing. Oh yeah, we're gonna head north. I do want to see where this path leads. My curiosity is beside itself. I got to know. I said they're from my own personal stash. Personal stash of fucked up context-free quotes. Yeah, Mr. Sketch. I think that was it, actually. I think that was it, Ryan. Ryan knows his stuff. Ryan knows his markers, and Joseph knows them intimately. Because they're crammed inside of his butulars. Also, a wolf cave full of dead bodies. And a bag full of Lennons. Full of John Lennons. There you go. There you go. And a oh, I wonder if this could be, well... Oh, actually, there's a treasure. There's a treasure around here because we saw a treasure map that made mention of the dueling peaks. This reminds me of the dueling peaks from Breath of the Wild. That's kind of what we got going on here. So we got to keep our eyes peeled. There could be something. Could be a little something. What we call a little something around here. We have to be extremely observant. And by that I mean kill all the barrels. Get them out of here. And it'll be fairly obvious when we find it, not if. Fully confident. Usually they're like under these rocks. Usually if there's a rock that is usable in some way. And of course, lots of these delicious candles. Just like the delicious candles that I remember from Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, they always smell delicious. Their taste was... Taste was not always as good as how it smelled. I know these... Yes. I know them intimately. He knows them in the biblical sense. What's up, one-legged duck? Murdering the barrels, it was in self-defense. In all fairness, it was in self-defense. You saw those barrels, one-legged duck, they were coming right towards me. I feared for my life, and I had no other options. No de-escalation procedures could save me. It was my only course of action. Real piece of work. I can go inside there. So it's really dork and scary in here. I hope I don't aggressively piss my pants. Nope, we're fine. Oh, there is a thing. A spooky glowy thing. That is a chest that I will open. Don't mind if I diddly do. And unsurprisingly, it is a ghost, or a witch area. Have that open now. Anything else? Not as far as I can tell. We got Aleph in the house. Got your PC fixed up. Was it dead Ramstick? Gotcha. Got the RMA. There you go, baby. And you went to a concert, Aleph. That's awesome, bud. Can I be extremely nosy and ask what concert you went to? It was an artist I might know. Or at least a genre that could be described. Because I do love talking musics. Also, I like talking musics almost as much as I enjoy killing barrels. Cold War Kids. I know the name, but I do not know the band. I couldn't tell you a darn thing, but that does sound like a lot of fun. Sounds like a good day. Got your computer all fixed up, or at least you know you've identified and diagnosed problems that had afflicted your computer. So yeah, that is really nice. It's a pretty gosh darned good day as far as good days are concerned.
Something has me. Wards.
Well, keep an eye out for some wards to de-ward something. Don't mind the dead body. He's just vibing. I will mind this. And you got pizza? Yo, you got the computer diagnosed, went to a concert, you got pizza. Now, the only bad thing, Aleph, I got bad news, Aleph. The only bad thing is that you're watching Super Hobbit right now.
Not with that ward.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but that guy's kind of cringe. TBH.
Make a run for it!
The guy's kind of cringe, so, you know. I'd be, you know, a little bit dubious of that aspect. I thought I saw... Looking for the ward. But you know what? That's okay, because this guy... If they let me touch their own tralala. Oh, he's mad. I'm trying to use the ghost punches because they're extra good against spectral fellas. Whoa, he's grabbing my ass. Oh god, what do I do? That actually was dope. I've never seen that before. I mean, I've fought these guys, but I've never seen them use that. They've never hit me with that attack before.
Raging Vandal.
That was pretty cool, though. Got his ass. There's a guy throwing shit at me. Here he is.
Piss off.
Piss off, you wanker. You got that shit, baby. You're not safe anymore, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph thought he had an anti-cat safe ground. Turns out no place is safe.
Wards.
Oh, is it up here? Oh, it's up here. That's sneaky. I'm gonna get an angle on this thing. There she blows.
Now.
We got Meerkats in the house. Space Socialist. Oh, we're talking Helldivers. Okay. Yeah. Void knew you knew exactly what I was getting at. Yeah. It's an extremely stupid song. And it absolutely will get stuck in my head. I absolutely will get my ding ding dong stuck. I mean, I've been known to get my ding ding dong stuck in places it does not belong, but that one will get stuck in my head for sure. Brain's a little bit fried. Yo, spreading managed democracy takes energy, Meerkat. Anything worth doing is worth is worth dedicating your entire mind, body, and soul and genitals to it. So yeah, you could be forgiven for being a little bit drained. Yeah, Helldivers 2, everyone's been loving it, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that it's been received so well. It warms my heart. Warms my heart and my ass. Is it recommended? I mean, it seems like the general vibe is a positive one. Now, granted, not everybody loves it. I'm sure it's not everyone's favoritist. Now, this is the place we were in not too long ago. Right, yeah, we fought these, whoops, what am I doing?
Get out of there!
Yeah, this is where we did the summoning circle. So yeah, this just loops back around to this area. Okay. Yeah, not everyone loves it, I'm sure. And I remember Black Magic's, he was in here the other day, and he was saying how, there's like some very not great DRM that the game uses, which has been known to cause problems in the past, at least for some folks. So, you know, it's not without some criticisms. You know, having DRM is inherently controversial. Some more so than others. For some, it's a deal breaker. For me, it's one of those things where it's like, do I care that much? I mean, in a general sense, what's the phrase here? In like a, when it's the principle of the matter, yes, I think DRM is oftentimes unnecessary. And as a software developer, you know, I get it.
If you want me back.
I get the urge for a software owner to look at something and be like, wow, piracy makes me sad. How do I, you know, do things to not have that happen? Like, I can understand that, but I don't think DRM's it. I think that ain't it, Chief.
Manifest now.
But I don't know if it's enough of a deal breaker for me personally to be like, no, I'm never playing this thing. So it's like, for me, it's kind of a case-by-case basis. And of course, there's server issues. You know, there was a lot of server issues with the game for a good hot minute. For like 2 weeks after the game launched. It sounds like it's mostly fixed now. Sounds like the server issues, I don't know if they're like, you know, done being a problem. Probably not fully, but I would say the general gist that I've heard is that they're better. The server issues, that is. So I think a lot of those problems have been fixed. But still, it's a bummer it took as long as it did. Because the problems were pretty all-encompassing. You know, a lot of people just could not play the game for days at a time. Or the queue times would be obnoxious. Like, you know, people would be queuing up for like an hour. Half an hour or an hour before getting games. And the problem is, of course, you know, they would queue up to join a game. And then they would leave their computer, or they'd alt-tab, they'd be doing something else, and they'd be just kind of, you know, AFK, essentially AFK, or at least not looking at the game while you're trying to wait for a queue. And, yo, what if a spot pops up while you're not at your computer, or you're alt-tab doing something else, and you don't notice that a spot is queued up? Well, then you're sitting AFK in a lobby. You know, eventually you get auto-kicked, but that was bandwidth that could have gone towards someone else who legitimately wanted to play the game actively. So, you know, you kind of... It exacerbated the problem, needless to say. And it's a shame that it took as long as it did. And there were people that were understandably kind of pissed. And said, man, why is it taking so long for them to fix it? But of course, the answer is that netcode is hard. Netcode is hard, and netcode is complicated. And Arrowhead is I'm pretty sure, a fairly small developer. I mean, this is the developer of Magicka. Those of us who played Magicka back in the days. And I loved Magicka. But that is the definition of a scrungy, glitchy, fucked up game. This is not a big developer, and when a game far exceeds its expectations, as far as the size of the player base, you know, when a game outsells and outperforms as well as it does, there's going to be growing pains. So, you know, is it understandable that it was a shitty situation for the developers, and is it also understandable that players were rightly pissed off? Yeah. Nobody is wrong. Everybody is right and nobody is wrong in that situation. Also, I cannot get past any of these things. These creeping ivies are everywhere. Goddamn. Yeah, it does look fun, yeah. All right, so anyway, I was checking a bunch of paths. All the paths have creeping ivies. Let's just keep going this way. I'll make a pit stop to this point of interest along the way. Also, shoutouts to this guy. Dead, run over by by his own wagon. So sad. Steam market items not selling. You're trying to sell like trading cards, Joseph, because I know those can. There's not always a hot market for those things. Server problems, exactly. There are crashes. Yeah, I was watching Shake the other night, and yeah, his game crashed once. Well, no, it didn't crash, but it kicked him from the lobby, kind of unexpectedly. Like mid-game. He was, I think, able to rejoin the homies, but like, you know, there's still problems, but you know, I can't really talk shit. I'm playing a game that crashed twice on me in the past, you know, half hour or so I can't really talk too much shit. So, these things, they happen. I don't even think this game has gotten any patches post-launch. I think we're still sitting at a hot 1.0 with regards to this game's version. It wouldn't shock me if they were to do some kind of patch for this game eventually, but I've yet to see anything drop for this one. The reason I'm kind of like really snooping around is because I could have sworn that one of our treasure maps made mention of that rock formation. So I'm looking to see if I can find the treasure location, but I probably need to scrutinize the map a little bit more before I really figure that shit out. And there are some AMD GPU issues, the driver issues. The good news is there was a driver update that went live for AMD users at least 3 or 4 days ago, and I would know because I have an AMD GPU. I have a 6800 XT, and I'd imagine the driver update was probably more for the 7000 series, but it at least was. They at least pushed out something for 6,000 users, and I'm assuming that's, you know, that's at least on AMD's side, trying to help with various things, but it might be a matter of the Helldivers devs, the Arrowhead developers needing to do things on their end. Old Mill, Pastures, and the Dank Woods. Well, I am curious to, like, find ways to connect to the Dark Woods. So, although this is the way we need to go, I'm tempted, that my temptations, no bounds. I'm going to take a little dilly-dally, just to see how far we can go this way, as a treat. So, you know, it's been a long week. I deserve this. I earned myself a little treat. Never mind, I don't deserve shit because oh wait, no, there is a rope. Why is there a rope here already? Have I already been here? No. Maybe? I mean, probably not. I wouldn't have had a means to get here. I'll take a little look-see. Because, yeah, of course, I've already pretty well explored the Darkwood. The reason I'm kind of looking for other ways to reconnect back to the Darkwood is because there's a couple side paths that weren't resolved. Paths that I either couldn't reach, or I could see from afar, but, like, couldn't, like, climb to myself. So just for the sake of my own, making my brain happy, I'm looking to see if I could find where these things are, what they lead to, and also if there's like any extra things, like void breaches, which is usually how these things go. Usually there's... And I'm just fucking blasting these guys. Kind of surprised that they're not lunging for me. Usually there's like some kind of bonus, some kind of like hidden trinket thing that makes it all worthwhile. Looks like there's a rest stop here. Do I have this on my map? Oh wow, this is a whole thing. Hill's old house. Okay, this is a bit more than I was bargaining for, but the answer is that it does eventually loop back. Oh wait, no, that's the river. Okay, but it does loop back this way. Cool, cool, cool. So that answers my question. This eventually loops back this way. But this is... I mean, I'm glad I've unveiled the map, but I don't know if I want to, like, go full hog, just going off into the woods. I kind of want to, like, get more story stuff under my belt. What I'll at least go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and grab the safe house, add that to my map so I can have that in our fast travel options. So when it comes time to fast travel, we can just warp back here, easy peasy. Breaches are, yeah, Exactly. I was thinking the exact same thing when I said void breaches earlier. I was like, wait, we talking britches? No, I was actually saying void bitches. I was actually saying void bitches. Void's harem of bitches is what I was saying. But not void snitches. Because void snitches get void stitches, as we all know. It's simple science. There's a path down there. Like I said, I'm trying to be a good boy, not getting too overly distracted. Thing back here. This is how it is in video games. You never just go right to the main door. You gotta check the flanks.
This would do nicely if I wanted to put my
Get their extended warranty. As luck would have it, Meerkat, that's what I've been trying to reach you about. Your car's extended warranty. And then Meerkat suddenly is jousted awake from a terrible nightmare. It's like, wait, even Alex is trying to talk to me about my car's extended warranty. That's an inescapable hell right there. We got Meerkat in the house, or I'm sorry, Farsight in the house, rather. Is he a Farsight? He was. He said today was his first time. Everyone remembers their first time. Everyone remembers their first time, and everyone remembers it being special. Let's go ahead and rest. I haven't rested in a while. Overwhelmed. He means he was overwhelmed by the erectness of his boner that he had the whole time. He said, "Wow, killing bugs and spreading democracy makes my penis so erect, it's overwhelming. Like it's all encompassing." Challenging. I'm guessing that's like hard mode. Yeah. The atrocity of the bugs. Were you overwhelmed, Meerkat, by the vigor with which the bugs were rejecting democracy? And it made your patriotic heart swell with righteous fury? Because that is also an acceptable answer. It's not hard mode. Oh, okay. Wait, is it like worse than hard mode? Is it like big mode for big, not babies, but for big kids? Oh, it's easy. Okay, that's not too bad then. We can go ahead and... Oh, no, we already have a rope. Yeah, we already have a rope. It's one tick. Okay, that's not... So, I mean, it's up there, but if you're level 3... You're level 3, which is presumably early mode. So this be where we were going. And to be clear, check the map. I was wanting to knock this thing out too. But this is for the main quest, obviously. Gotcha. Okay. Level 1, right, yeah. That would do it. That would do it, yep.
Go.
So, starting off pretty spicy.
Call on me.
Spectre heading for that corpse.
What if I shoot him in the face? Apparently one-shotting everything on our path.
Right, this on for size.
Can I just kill everything with guns? America AF, apparently. I mean, we are in the new world.
A gateway to the mythical Aralu. Whatever that is.
It's gotta be a void breach.
Otherwise, terrible tragedy. Dark doings. Sick secrets. At a wild guess.
Dark doings and sick secrets. Yo, that sounds sick. Probably not the sick they meant. They can do that? Yeah. They're cheating. Don't they know? Someone should tell them. There's 9 tiers. Damn, son. That's intense. I'm not surprised, but that shit's intense, though. Level 20. Aleph, good shit. Aleph is a real democracy enjoyer. Bugs or robots. Now, robots are like that's like a pretty high level thing, right? Because I remember people saying that The bugs are one thing, but robots are like a whole another can of worms. Guns of New Eden. Hearing the phrase Guns of New Eden makes me think of, was it Metal Gear Solid 2, I think? Guns of the Patriots. Guns of the Patriots would be a very good Helldivers 2 thing. Oh, you know, expansion or something or another. Guns of Liberty. Guns of Liberty. The guns. There you go. There you go, Argaso. Level 15, it's still a challenge. Time to sneeze. Achoo! You ever just sneeze and kill rocks forever? So that's ultimately where we're going to want to go. But we'll make a pit stop in this rescue mission while we're in this neck of the woods. There's a number of things to knock out while we're here. The robots shoot back, which, yeah, that sounds a little spicy. The trees speak Vietnamese. What the hell? Just a lot of gunfire. It sounds wild. Sounds truly wild. Look how gray it is. It's so sad out here. We are on the East Coast. This is New England after all. The New World. But not the nude world, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I wish it was. Wish it was the nude world. There's more stuff that way, but yes, I'm being inclined to go this way because we have a side quest thingy. The trees speak Vietnamese, or the trees speak binary. There's different linguistic inclinations.
I have another in sight.
Oh, this guy. Oh wait, I should probably stop that guy from manifesting into a Spectre friend. Ship has sailed. I say, can you put your shield down, please, and thank you. Oh, that guy was a fucking chump. He had nothing. Ouch. Oh, we're not done. Now we're done.
Over here. Campfire.
Another rest station. Don't mind if I do. It's up top. But I want to keep exploring, lady. If New World is England, then I'm out of here. Well, no, it's New England, which is to say, you know, New Jersey and Rhode Island and Massachusetts. You know, that neck of the woods. Go down that way in a little bit. There's a path up that way. In fact, that's going to be the direction we're going to want to go for the actual quest itself. Or at least the point of interest. That's the mill, most assuredly. So that's where we're going for the quest, actually. So I will save that for last. It's the main frame of reference. Yeah, I mean, that's the stereotype that it's, you know, gray and rainy in England for sure. And I assume that's a stereotype for the East Coast. But also the Pacific Northwest, I think, also has that stereotype of it just being gray and kind of misty and rainy all the time. I don't know how true the stereotype is, but yeah, that's the general depiction of, like, general East Coast tomfoolery and certainly Pacific Northwest tomfoolery. Virtual One on a Malevolent Creek fighting Space Vietnam. 10 million. Oh my god. There is an old Jersey. You know, you're right. There is a place just called Jersey, isn't there? I mean, there's York. Or maybe it's Yorkshire. But I think there is generally a place that is called York. Somewhere in Europe, somewhere in England. I don't know if there's a although, you know, the term, we call it Hampshire. New Hampshire. It wouldn't shock me if there was a place somewhere in England, somewhere in the United Kingdom, that was just called Hampshire, or Hampshire. So, you know, yeah, I take for granted that there might have been an existing one. A Hampshire that predated all these. Their places in England. Yeah, that does not shock me. Also doesn't shock me that we need a key for this place. This is like the 4th treasure chest we've seen that needs a key. We've yet to find such a key. Also found another common Bible, common prayer Bible, standard Puritan, kind of dealio here. Kind of dealio in search of a filio. Yeah, Hampshire is probably, probably more of an emphasis on the sheer. I can't squeeze past that way. Cause yeah, like if you pronounce the sauce as Worcestershire, then you know people will laugh at you. United Kingdom knowers at least will laugh at you. If you pronounce it Worcestershire, then they might not laugh. I think the least inoffensive way to say it is Worcestershire. Can I not pull it? Oh, I guess I push it. I push it real good. The microtrans. El Gaso, stop joking about that. They'll hear you. The publisher, probably not. Well, hopefully not the developer. The developer for this game has made a lot of cool stuff, so they probably wouldn't do it to you like that. But the publisher might. They might be like, "Oh shit, this guy's a fucking genius." Gonna get abducted randomly, and they're gonna try to milk you for all of your worth with genius ideas. Now, why am I allowed to climb up here? Why was I incentivized to climb up here? To what end? They wouldn't just give you the ability to climb up here and not gain anything from it. Now, there's the treasure chest, of course. Is there like a thingy I should shoot? Like, does this give me some kind of vantage point? Something I couldn't otherwise see with my eyeballs. Yeah, I gotta pull a legendary. Yeah, it's gonna turn into a gacha. A gacha game. Is it at least gonna give me, like... Is it gonna at least be one of those gacha games where... Like, the JPEGs... Or, maybe they're animated GIFs, at least. Maybe they're animated GIFs. But the animated GIFs are of, like, different flavors of ghosts. And they're not just ghosts, but they're ghost waifus. And some of them have, like... You know... Heaving... personalities. Elgasta says, milk me daddy. Yeah, they're gonna abduct you and milk you for all the brilliant marketing ideas you have. I can't see shit while we're up here, so maybe something will spawn here later, but for now, seems to be all she wrote. Democratized with high explosives. Tracks of land. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Void. See, Void is a cultured individual. He understands these things. Go towards this next point of interest. These interesting points. First time is free. I mean, that's how gacha works, right? You get that first taste, and then they got you. Then they got your ass. Right, so Antea kind of nudged us to go this way, and you know, I could always go for a good nudge.
Cannot manifest.
And, you know, she's been a ghost for a while. Him and her probably have not nudged in, a hot minute. Probably starting to chafe a little bit, you know.
This
you know how it goes when you don't get a good nudging for a while.
Visible.
Right, and therefore impossible to call.
So the ivies, we still cannot break through. Although, it's just a little treasure chest thing. Nothing that we can't live without. Once we get the creeping ivy dispelling option, we're going to be going crazy with backtracking and knocking shit out. There's so many of those creeping ivies on the map. It's all over the place. What's the Rock? 1996? I don't know if I know that one, actually. If I know the Rock. I know the professional wrestler, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But I don't know of a movie with that title. We found a survivor's letter, by the way. They're heading towards the mill, which is where we're going for the main quest. They're slow and hungry and fearful. There's always growling nightmares. Head back towards Thick Skin's camp. They're really far away. Well, I guess they're not that far away by this point, as the crow flies. A Frenchman would not hear it. There were Frenchmen in their group? Like, an openly French individual in their group? When the French and the English were constantly warring in the 1600s? Heading towards the sea, okay. Oh! Yeah, that, you know what? Yeah, Roulet, of course he's French. Yeah, that's the demonologist. Visitor to Governor Haskell, right. He's not one of us. I refuse him the axe. Right, the axe from the other dead guy they took. I may leave him if I can. Okay, well, we found evidence that they were alive.
This Etienne...
Etienne.
His name is... seems shady.
He does.
Well, he is French.
Oh!
Let's stay on track. We make for the beach by way of the mills.
So we'll have to go past the mills.
Traps. Not yet sprung.
They were weak
Oh, yeah.
with hunger. Can't have caught much. Can't have gone far.
Yeah, you know, consistently dogging on the French. I don't think they were memeing. It was because the English and the French were very much at odds during this point in history. It's nice and cheesy.
No ordinary amulet.
Then it belonged to no ordinary settler.
So, oh, that was probably Etienne's, I'm guessing. He was a demonologist. This would be his thing. We got Jet in the house, by the way. Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery? Damn, that's a fucking dream lineup right there. We got Hellboy in the house. What's up, Hellboy? Welcome back, my friend. Hope you're having a good Friday. Happy Friday, by the way, to all who celebrate. To all who celebrate a good Friday. Hope you're... Wait, no, hold on. Is it... No, it's not that Friday. It's not Good Friday. I was like, wait a second. Not the Good Friday. I went to high school in an extremely Catholic town, so I should probably know these things. But I don't think we've reached that Friday yet. Everyone's doing well. Appreciate people hanging out with us on what is generally accepted as a Friday that is good. Oh, there's a point of interest. Let's go and express interest in it, shall we? Be another combat zone. I wonder if we're gonna find any of these survivors alive. I'm gonna guess the answer is probably no. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Behind me. You know what? I'm just gonna break your block and then break your cock. Big punch. Oh, I fucking cleaned his ass. Ouch. I didn't clean his clock, I cleaned his ass. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, fine. You gonna be a fucking dick about it? I want to go ahead and free all the ghosty friends. Yep. And gut punch. Didn't kill him. No, fuck. Oh, he's mad. He's also dead. Farset says I'm down to bash the French. Leave it to the resident Englishman to be like, yo, are we dogging on the French? Count my ass in. Every Friday is generally a good one. I'm inclined to agree. Very rarely do I ever think to myself, gosh darn it, the work week is over. I'm so sad. Said literally nobody. Have you guys ever worked for a person or a company where, like, say, maybe your boss is like this, or maybe your CEO or, you know, your C-level executives are like this, where they say, like, in an email that goes out, you know, an email blast that goes out to all the employees, or maybe if there's like an all-hands meeting. You get an all-hands meeting. It's a meeting where everyone severs a hand and you have to put all the hands into a pile. And then there's a blood ceremony, and you summon a demon, and then it's an orgy. No, sorry, that's something else. But you know, you have a meeting where, like, all the C-level executives take turns talking, and somebody inevitably is like, I wake up every day so excited to work for this company. I love the challenge of the corporate world. You ever get those kinds of people that claim just fucking brown nosing through their ass, just claiming it entirely. I savor every day when I get to wake up and come to work in the morning. I'm so excited to take on the challenges. My fucking God, spare me. I mean, you know, maybe there truly are people that work in some kind of situation that really does, like, inspire them and bring their life purpose. Maybe they're out there, but my cynical ass is like, oh my fucking God. You can hear the eyes rolling inside my sockets. We got Rusa. It's good to see you, bud. Sometimes I say, oh no, it's the weekend. Oh man. But I wanted to do more work. Maybe I shouldn't be so cynical. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong here, but like, I don't know. When I hear that kind of shit, my bullshit alarm is on full blast. Yeah, maybe some people are like it. I don't know. We got Dumble Dandy in the house. You do like, you know, that's good. That's good, Dumble Dandy. That's good. I would like that for, you know, for all of us to have, yeah, a job, a career that really does inspire them. I think that is a desirable thing. It's just, I don't know. Hearing that, here's the thing too. Hearing that from a C-level executive definitely incurs some cynicism, because of course it's great for them because, you know, they got this great safety net. They got, you know, of course they're making the most money out of all of us. They get the best job security out of all of us, obviously.
See that?
So of course they would say it, and it is very much in their best interest to keep all of us inspired, as we are, all of us underlings. We're an important resource for the company. So yeah, they want to keep us doing their thing. So yeah, who can blame them? Who can blame them? By the way, what am I doing here? Is it a... It's a spectral malevolence, so would it be a make manifest? You do like the job though, Russo. That's good. That is good. I'm not uncynically, I think that's actually really sick. Yeah, but Void knows what I'm talking about, and I think that's the thing that probably people like Void and I are getting at. It's like when you can tell it's forced, when you can tell it's fake. Look forward to work, Rusa. That is actually awesome, Rusa. Yeah, and I believe you. I do believe you. It's just those moments when you can tell it's forced, that when somebody is proselytizing like that, that's when the cynicism creeps in. Extra work over the weekend? Yeah, I sure. Thankfully, I mean, Void's probably, because Void's one of my coworkers. Thankfully, that doesn't happen too often with our job. Very, very, very rarely in this job has that been a problem. Previous jobs, yes. Previous jobs, yes. We got Fuggy in the house, by the way. Fuggy is so nice. I appreciate you, buddy. I know Fuggy says he's got the stream muted, but I appreciate you, Fuggy. You're a gosh darn sweetheart, buddy. Yeah. Well, the good news is I don't hate my job. I just don't love it. I'm like squarely in the middle. Like Void's probably the same way. Like, you know, our employer, it's all right. I'll say it's the least unpleasant job I've ever had. You know, my current employer. There are aspects that are not great, and there are aspects that are better than previous employers. So it's just okay. Do I wake up every morning so inspired to solve problems in software development? Not really, but it pays the bills, and my coworkers are pretty cool. Void's really cool. You know, it pays the bills, and I'm okay at it. Void has had to review some of my code. He could probably diplomatically confirm that I'm average. No, I'm not the averagest, but I'm probably an average software developer. He's had to review my shit. He's had to peer review some of my shit. So I'm okay at it. So, you know, it's fine. This is I'm retired. It still counts, Void. It still counts. Still counts, bud. Yeah, the corporate bust. Yeah. Without naming names, Void and I can. We're telepathically communicating names to each other where we're like, you remember so-and-so? Oh yeah, I remember so-and-so. Sorry to hear you had an ad, Farsight. Is it because you refreshed the page? Because you shouldn't be seeing ads on the regular unless I fuck something up. So if you're seeing ads on the regular, feel free to let me know and I can get that looked into. Yeah, the authenticity, exactly. Yeah, what's my job? So I'm a software developer. This is a hobby for me. I would love to call this a job, but it's just a hobby. Yeah, let them deal with that stuff. Yeah, generally that's what we try to do too. You know, just leave it to them. But sometimes we get dragged into it when it comes time for like, you know, what's the word? Career planning reviews. You know, with management, where it's like, you know, they want to encourage you, and you know. In all fairness, it is good to be planning for your career. It's good to like have an idea in mind, but at the same time, when you're working for somebody and they're trying to like subtly, not so subtly, kind of encourage you or maybe even pressure you into like wanting to branch out of software development into management, that's actually what caused me to leave my old job. That's what caused me to leave my previous employer, because I was constantly being given the runaround. Every time I made mention of like, yeah, I want to stay technical, they'd be like, well, there's really no option for that. So your only option for like a viable career here is to want to be a team lead. Because they contracted out most of the development to third parties. They didn't really do a lot of their own code. So they were one of those companies that were like, what's the cheapest way we can write software and not have to maintain it ourselves? And then would act surprised Pikachu face when you know, problems that arise and they had no proper way of you know, dealing with it, because you know, nobody nearby had any sort of real exposure or experience rather. This guy's kind of kicking the shit out of me, so I will punch him in the ass. Fuck you. Not a ton of damage. Oh no, it killed him. It vanquished him entirely. So, but again, those were things that my previous employer did. The current one is much better about that kind of thing. Oof, man, this guy is sitting very comfortably inside my ass. Ouch. Time to take a sip. Bloop. I was gonna say I'm gonna knock him on his ass and make him real big sad. Here comes the uppercut. Bam! Knocked him on his ass. And of course, Spectral Lady is much better at fighting specters. The specters... Ouch. Or heckers. Ouch! This guy is a wimbly bimbly boy. Oof. Actually trying to finish this guy because he's going to be a problem. Oh my god. I'm surprised that didn't stop him from doing his thing.
Can I join in too?
So yeah, Ghost Lady's good at punching the specters out, but... Oof. But not so good at the ghosty boys, so you have to kind of balance. Not you too. Ouch. Get him out of here. Now get the fuck out of here. He's out of there too. Whoop. Oof. Another sip. Knock him on his ass. I love that ability. That taking a sip from a healing item knocks the dick out of him. This guy has a few combos. Just a few.
Die, you bastard!
Uppercut! And is this gonna kill? We got him on the ropes. Whoop. God, you are so healthy. Stop being so healthy. Fucker had his multivitamin this morning. Oh, it's a big boy. Oh, I'm out of healing. Oh, that's not good. Oof. That did a shocking lack of damage. Oh, I just noticed more manifestation damage. I don't have a lot of manifestation juice. Oh, it got canceled. Alright, good to know. I was supposed to do a lot more manifestation, and I don't have a lot of that charged up right now. Now, I do heal over time. God, you are so fucking spammy. Dude, could you have, like, a moment where I can retrieve my own ass out of your mouth? He, like, got stuck on his own attack. See that shit? I have this charged up. Very little. I need to do more attacks against this guy. to get Ghost Lady charged up. Whoop. Jesus. You can just attack forever. Kind of like how I can, in all fairness. Oh!
You'll get
Punch.
it next time.
That was a decent bit of damage, but again, I get so few opportunities to use it because her health is perpetually low right now. Because I can't really do a lot of attacks to this guy. He's so fast. Oof, got a small arena too, which is not doing me any favors. I think shooting does help to charge that meter though. So it's just gonna be a long haul. If I die, though, it's not the end of the world because we could always try this again, and I would know to use more of Antea's manifestations. Oof. Oh, I'm dead. I'd know to use her manifestations more right from the get-go. We try again. We go again. We did have a good manager like that, Void. And the person that succeeded that manager, I think she's doing a good job. There was a person that almost got our old manager's job that we were both concerned about. We were like, oh, fuck, if so-and-so gets it, then there's going to be a lot of corporate bullshit we're going to have to take on. So, like, I think I was saying earlier how, like, it's one thing to have, you know, somebody kind of in your corner when it comes to your career planning, but when you're being nudged a certain direction, it can feel not great. And feel the opposite of great. What do I write in? By myself, I use C++ and C#. That's, yeah, look at the damage we're doing there. That's tasty. Oh, I gotta let that charge up, though. Is this a manifestation? Nah, well, kind of. It did pretty good damage, just not the bestest. Interestingly enough, the Spectre version is kind of the easier version. Usually the Spectre is the harder version. Whenever you get this kind of dual broski version. But still waiting for it to charge up. And for anybody curious, the meters are in the bottom right.
This isn't over yet.
Oh, he just shoots through. He fights through the shootings. Oh heck, I was too slow. I didn't even notice him until it was too late.
Watch out. Spectre
There's
possession.
more where that came from. It's like having to juggle a lot of things here. That there. Once he is on cooldown, you know, I'm doing this now. Killed the shit out of them both. Punch! Interrupted that attack, but again, did little damage. Oof. Gotta wait for the manifestation to charge back up. Luckily, I can tell in the bottom right. But yeah, this does not count as a manifestation. It does very little damage. Oof. Just can cover so much ground with that charge attack. He's a fast, big boy. He do be fast, but he do be large and in charge. Still can't use it. Trying to like goad him with that charge attack just because that's good for big damey dams. Got a little cheeky shot on him there. It's okay damage is the problem. It's not great. It's better than, like, you know, the piddly nonsense I'm doing now, but... He just kind of shrugs off, getting shot in the face. I don't know, bro. You shoot me in the face with a musket, I'm gonna feel not... I'm not gonna shrug it. I'm gonna feel it. It's gonna do a little something to me. Oof, that hurt. Even with that little damage increase, it's got that 19 with a little arrow pointing up. That means we're getting a little damage boost. Oh, that kind of interrupted him. Wait.
Once more with healing.
That at least stuns him. Oh, I'm getting juggled. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh, shit. this thing ready to go. Pum to butthead. Yeah, so like we're staggering him in just little bits at a time here. Oof.
Look to me.
That staggered him. A little bit of damage. That was much more damage. I think that increase was still active. 39. There we go, baby. Whoa, shit. The cool thing is ready. Will it kill? Yes. Tough fight. We got there, baby. And we got a level too. We might have been a little bit under leveled for that one then. So I have a gold nugget as a job. Things work as that's good. That's really good, yeah. That's awesome, Rusa. That's fantastic. That's what I would wish for. That's what I would want for all of us, honestly. Organizing, physical work. That's fantastic. And the fact that it like is like a positive thing is that it's like constructive for your soul. That's that good shit. We love that. Like Void says, yes, there absolutely is a pressure for that. And you know what? There's a number of people, Void, you can probably think of some people in our workplace that excel when they're not having to do software development and they're doing more coordination and more management kinds of things. You know, more leadership roles. Some people do really well with that. Others don't. And I count myself as one of those that is, you know, it's outside of my comfort zone to you know, for those kinds of leadership things. Void knows I'm a scrum master, and I do it, but I don't really like doing it. And it is very much something I kind of have to like stretch myself to do, because it is well outside my comfy zone. But you know, I do it just because we don't really have anybody else readily available that can do it, because everyone else has some other kind of role. That's right. Your friend Denton. Yeah. He's at Google. That's cool. Got the talents and experience. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he brings plenty of value. He's a smart guy. Brown boat stain. No, that name is just better. We're just gonna say canonically that's the guy's name because it is absolutely the better choice. Because it's way funnier than anything else I could have thought of. That's incredible. Oh, that's nice of you to say, Void. That's very generous. I never feel comfortable at it, and I'm sure there are people that, you know, ask them in confidence. I'm sure they would say something to the effect of, Alex is a nice guy, and he's a good, he's like an alright software developer, but they would probably tell you in confidence, he's not the best Scrum Master. Like, you know, there's other people that would do that role better, and I believe that. And I do believe that. Void, in fact, I'll go ahead and, like, I'm not doxing anybody, but, you know, you remember our Kim on my team. She actually moved to another team, and she's their Scrum Master. And you would be unsurprised to know she is awesome. I mean, she's a very good developer. Like, she's a good worker. But, like, this one coworker Void and I have, she is extraordinary at that kind of thing. And I've said from the get-go, she would have been the better choice as, like, Scrum Master for our team. And the fact that, like, I'm sad she moved to a different team, but I'm over here like, yes, this absolutely is in her wheelhouse. She's mentioned on many occasions, like, oh, I'm not very comfortable doing C++. You know, I think she doesn't enjoy the technical side as much, but she really thrives with, like, leadership stuff. Like, good. That's perfect, because we need more people to do that shit, because software development is full of weird little unicorns like myself and Void who prefer to stay technical, but there's just not as much career advancement opportunities if you want to stay technical. There are opportunities, just not as many. Them's the breaks. The most valuable thing career-wise as a software developer is to be able to, like, do technical things, but then communicate them well and be able to kind of, like, have one foot in like both realms, you know, management land and also technical land. Brown Boat Stain is an extremely powerful name. That's like fucking beefcake name. You remember the beefcake name generator? Hard beef flip. John McRockhuge. What is it? Blast hard cheese. Well, also, what was this blocking? I broke a thing. What was this protecting? I can't, like, jump over it. What's the secret? Yeah, Void knows exactly what I was referring to there. Yeah, she's fantastic. Always has been. Yes, that was one that made all the most sense in the whole wide world. Found the mill, by the way. Also, there is a little save spot-areno. Right there, Areno. Also, a thing I can shoot. And as a American, boy howdy, I sure get excited when I get to shoot something. It's in our blood. It's in our culture. Yeah. Yeah, that one episode. I don't know what they were watching, but some cheesy action flick. And they were just throwing out the beefcake names. Brown boat stain. I'm sorry. Not a short story, a short story, Void? Did I hear this correctly? That's either the most hilarious typo, like the most hilarious and most well-timed typo, or something more sinister. And I hope it's both. I hope the answer is yes.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
Also, I think Farsight's got something for us, but he said he's got to take a quick BRB. So when Farsight gets back, he's got a redemption I need to honor. There's a dead person. She looks pretty dead. I guess she just took a tumble. No obvious scary things. There's a big old path kind of along the shoreline to follow. Interesting place for a windmill. I mean, I guess it's probably windy out here. This looks like more of a lighthouse, honestly, than a windmill. Although with how rocky it is here, in fact, that might even be a shipwreck. With how rocky it is here, maybe you wouldn't want to draw the ships here. Still, though, pretty badass. Right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds... That does sound awful.
They must have headed for the
It was
beach.
both a short story and a short story. It was both of these things. You kept it in, yeah. Woo! We call that a nail biter.
Much meat on those.
A little is better than nothing at all.
Oh, so they did... I guess the implication is that some of the survivors did take up residence here, temporarily at least. And yeah, they got some little bunny meats, but it wasn't much. I'm sorry to hear that to hear you had that close call, Void, but I'm glad you held it together, bud. Held it together, but it was tense. That sounds miserable. I remember those coughing fits, the really bad ones you had. I remember those were extra terrible. I don't know if I actually have to sit down and rest temporarily. We did get all of our heals automatically replenished when we defeated that combat challenge earlier, so we're all set there. And I have no way to spend our skill point right now, so I'm gonna hold off on those. I will take a look at the inventory though. We can level up our rifle of all things. All right, I'll bite. Got that elite gem. Fuck it, might as well, baby. It is a relic, top level. We got an achievement for it as well. This is as high as it goes. Level 7. Very, very good. So, that of course, it's not to say it's the best rifle in the game, but it's our highest level. For any other rifles to compete, we'd have to level it quite a bit, because the damage this thing does is quite significant. That's awesome. I was also looking at upgrading this guy, but I held off because we only have the one nest silt. And I wouldn't be able to take it much farther because we don't have any void splinters, but we will soon. We'll have some soon. Very good. Very, very good. I'm still thinking about brown boat stain. Maybe that's why that ghost was so angry. He had a fucked up name and he was like really self-conscious about it and he was just lashing out at anyone and everyone. People keep making fun of me, he would say before having a hissy fit. Killing people to death. So this be the mill.
Destroy those ghost wards.
There's ghost wards and it is locked. Can't say I'm surprised. I wonder if there's an outdoor ward. An outdoored, if you will. Because there is something preventing Antea from being able to manifest. That makes our ghost wife very sad, especially because we need her to break this thing down. We can kind of poke around outside. This reminds me a little bit of the coastal areas in Half-Life 2. Not the Lost Coast, but like kind of chapters where you're kind of along a shoreline. Lots of climbing along old like maintenance bridges, that kind of thing. Maintenance tunnels, maintenance bridges that kind of go over bodies of water. Where you can see, oh, here we go. Look at that. That's convenient.
Thank you.
Where you can see how low the water levels have been dropped because the Covenant have drained the oceans a whole bunch. Always appreciate those kinds of world building things. All right, so we can get in here. However, I'm going to take a brief moment to relaunch Discord because Farsight has returned. His little nightmares were giving him some sass, but that's okay because Farsight has DM'd an image to me, and it's going to be an MS Paint challenge. Haven't done one of these in a couple of streams. Oh my god. That is a face. That is a face of... That is one of the faces of all time. What is... There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. Alright, this is a weird one. This is an extremely weird one. So, let me launch MS Paint. So, this is one of these... Oh, look at that. Oh, it's because I was doing some testing. Doing some testing the other day. So here's the image that Farsight has requested I try to recreate. Now, we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it. But, you know, there are aspects of this image that could be taken the wrong way. So we will do so. I mean, I am not good at drawing. I am not a good drawer. But, it's like I will... There are things to avoid when doing it, when trying to recreate an image like this. I will do my darndest not to embarrass myself too embarrassingly. So, let me grab the timer. I have 3 minutes to recreate this image. This is how MS Paint Challenge works. I have 3 minutes to recreate this image using only MS Paint. More specifically, only the pencil tool, fill tool, and erase tool. And again, I have no artistic training, no artistic background. I got nothing. All I got is MS Paint and a pocket full of miracles, and hopefully that'll be enough to carry me. Got the space over here. I'll try to draw it over here. This little space we have to the right. And then let us begin, my friends. Timer is on the screen. 3 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Coming in hot in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, let's get the very interesting kind of head shape. And then it kind of comes down. This is going to end up looking like a Meat Canyon creation. Despite my best efforts, I can just tell it's going to have some Meat Canyon fucking, like, cursed energy. Actually, I'm gonna make the eyes a little bit larger so I can make them more expressive. Because the expressiveness of the kind of goblin energy with the eyes is really part of the fun here. I'm gonna try to get the squinched nose. Sort of squinched nose. There's like some rings or some lines under the eyes. Got the eyebrows. He's not angry. Well, maybe a little bit angry. This right one's a little bit angry. I appreciate that there is hair. Not a ton of it. I'll have it kind of come down the side. Actually, I'm going to have this kind of end right here. I'm going to erase that little piece. Zoop. And then he's biting into a cheese. Very real cheese, by the way, obviously. Very real. It's one of those Skyrim wheels of cheese. That's what he's chomping into. And it has like one of these little shapes there. What else? What else can I do? I'm actually gonna kind kind of shore this up a little bit because I've accidentally made his teeth huger than they really are. So we'll kind of do one of those. Because he's got a little bit of a gum line. Not a lot of gums, but it's got a lot of teethers. Teethers are powerful. The gums are just all right, but the teethers are strong. Give him really big, expressive eyes. I'm kind of over exaggerating the eyes. Also, I kind of fucked them up a little bit. A rare moment of me messing up or otherwise goofing on a part of an image. He has also got an arm kind of coming around the side here. And I'm just going to do one of these. I'm just going to kind of like, zoop, zoop, just to kind of set the stage here. Let's go ahead and start to color things in. I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about getting this as normal as one could possibly hope to get it. Perhaps the most normal image I've ever drawn. Oh, I should give him the little holes. Little holes for the cheesums. In fact, well, no, I'll keep that there. But I am going to that. And that's fine, that's fine. Do I have a darker color? Yes. There we go, one of those. What else? Oh yeah, the teethers. And the gum line. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What colors? He's got brown eyes. I'll use like a different shade. Oh god, that looks more like blood. Like he's got the fucking blood eyes, like he's gonna get you. You know what? That might just be acceptable. We went a little bit over on time. I've made it less cursed. Maybe? I mean, it started nice and fucked up. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I did make it less cursed somehow. Instead of making his face look scrunched, I made his forehead look tall, like stretched. So I gave him a tall forehead, like a tall head, but a normal face. So, you know, dude's a little bit... He's got dimensions that are extra normal. But yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree. I think I made it less fucked up. Well, I will claim it all the same. So let's go ahead and save this one off. And this would be... Oh, right. I was looking at something else. Where is the Twitch Masterpieces folder? Here it is. This is number 321. 321. We're going to call this cheesebiteguy.png. There it is, friends. I've got this saved to my Discord server saved to my computer, to my personal collection, but it is going to the Discord server as well. Deemed by Farsight. Bam, there it is. In all of its splendor. And if anybody's curious, if you're wondering what these MS Paint Challenge masterpieces are all about, and if you want to see more of them, we have all of them, all 321 of them in the Discord server. We have an MS Paint Masterpieces channel where all of our creations and for the Twitch Masterpieces go to live and frolic. We got a whole bunch of them. They're all in the Discord server. A link to the Discord servers in the Linktree page that I just posted has all of my links. Has my social media. Has my Discord server. Has all the shit in there. Also, if you join the Discord server, for one thing, it's free. Free to do so, which is nice. The other thing is that when we do giveaways, we're going to be doing them through the Discord server. So you have a few you're incentivized to join for a few reasons. Latex head library guy. Right, where he's expanding his cranium every time he returns the books. Yeah. I like that guy. That guy's cool. That guy's got that's a delightfully fucked up idea that guy has, and I like it. Alright, friends, we got the entrance to the mill open to us. It's kind of no wonder that, like, there was that lady that clearly had fallen to her death. It's kind of no wonder. You see this fence has fallen away. This is not the most well-maintained thing in the whole world. You just see how rickety everything is and generally falling apart. Like, I'm stepping on broken wood as I do so. Kind of a one of those places standing to begin with. And a chew!
Still impressive.
Sneezed so hard we blew a hole in the wall. We got shock value. Pacific Drive. That's right. You were telling us about Pacific Drive the other day. It was a rage quit. Are you enjoying the game except for that rage quit? Oh, we see somebody. Oh, there's an open door. And the camera was kind of hoisted that way. There's some funny business. I wonder if Lammy knows we're here and he's trying to hide from us, or even worse, maybe he's trying to, like, you know, look at this, like he was trying to prevent us from getting here. Maybe he knows we're onto him and he is acknowledging his guilt.
Guess we're not going that way.
So that is eventually going to be a shortcut
Yeah.
that leads back to the main town, most assuredly, because we saw a shaft that led down kind of on the edge of that settlement that looked not unlike this one. Yeah, it makes me wonder if there's... It makes me wonder if Lammy has, is inadvertently admitting his guilt by, like, trying to hide from us. Something is being concealed, and it might be his intentions. We're gonna be blaming his ass. Very, very likely. Especially because, like, you know, you don't want to jump to conclusions necessarily, but when the game just automatically tells you that there is some kind of haunting case between these two, some kind of haunting case, how does every haunting case end, Alex? Oh, I don't know. It ends in all these people dying. Also, well, not all of them dying, but somebody dies. Somebody dies in most of them. Let it also be known that some of these aren't done. Some of these are not done. I mean, in a lot of cases, an action was performed that did something, but it's not like done. There might still be something lingering for some of these. So, because there's already an investigation entry, means that yeah, there's a very real chance, that almost a guaranteed chance, that someone's gonna get got, and it's probably not gonna be Governor Haskell, because there's no, I mean, Governor Haskell, he's a very pious man, and understandably he's protective towards his son, who may or may not be dabbling in demonology and or witchcraft and or other evil shenanigans. Even if it is with the intent of studying science, he's potentially jeopardizing everybody with the stuff he's experimenting with. That doesn't mean that that his dad, Governor Haskell, is necessarily guilty by association, but it probably means when the time comes, the one to cast judgment, the one to be judged, will be Lammy and not his dad. But we'll see. Again, I'm not going to jump to conclusions. This game has been known to hit us with some curveballs. Maybe we'll get to kill them both. Who knows? Or I'm sorry, cast blaming judgment on them both. Also, I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled for any more of those, like, little hanging lock mechanisms. There's things to shoot to open up other paths, that kind of thing. Trying to keep my eyes peeled. I can go in this way unless it's locked, which would be awfully convenient. Oh, it is unlocked.
What hides here in the dark? Come out, come out.
A very good question. Some books. So evil. We will see. We will see indeed. He had more correspondence with Etienne, although this would have been before the letter we just saw earlier. Maybe these were notes he gave to him. The potential in this region, right. So the portal to Aralu, which is something before tonight we never heard about. The mad ambition of couple Proctor? Or maybe, I mean, I think Proctor... Actually, maybe that is how you spell Proctor, like from the Crucible. They were amateurs, though. Punished for eternity. But we're able to learn about this portal to Aralu. Requisition the help of Haskell's son. He has potential. Which is interesting because I think Governor Haskell really liked Etienne. And considered him a colleague, sort of. It's the idea that Etienne was like, oh my god, Haskell's a dingus, but his son has potential as a demonologist.
This relay lad seems dangerous.
Yeah.
His apprentice seems to be following him down the same path.
I mean, the problem, of course, is that every demonologist we've read about in this game, with very little exception, I think with zero exception, we've uncovered notes. We haven't really talked to a demonologist before, because every time we've seen a person study demonology, we find notes that say, all right, I'm going to attempt the forbidden ritual to summon a demon. And then the next note is, the ritual is going well. Wait a second. And then the third ritual, or the third note says, dear God, so much blood, in all caps. And then there's no, and then there's no fourth note, and then an angry spirit attacks us, and it's the, the spirit of the demonologist. There's always something that goes poorly with these guys. It sounds like this Etienne guy is very knowledgeable and probably pretty experienced, and is even regarded well by Governor Haskell and a few others, so he's like a well-known demonologist. But if he's like delving into something that he shouldn't delve into and bringing Lammy down with him, oh boy. So anyway, so Lammy was trying a couple things. Ineffective. Some witch symbols, right. Demonologist symbols didn't work. Demonologist works weekly. Maybe try the other ones. Witch and demonology. And Governor Haskell was like, yo, we need to find out, like, a witch is cursing this village, is cursing our settlement. Clearly it's witchcraft. It's the devil's work, very, Crucible, Salem witch trials, that kind of witchcraft shit. That kind of devilry. And of course, there are actual witches in this game's universe. Yeah, and it's a void breach, by the way. This absolutely checks out. It's very much a void breach, which we already know about. And we have the means to reach into them ourselves. I'm gonna check one thing. I want to see where this other path leads. It would appear that that's the correct way to go. And this gives me a little treasure chest. Also, I like in games like this when you're up this high in an exposed to the elements kind of area, you can hear the wind whipping around. I like that detail. My palms are a little sweaty. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm scared of heights. I'm a fraidy cat. I'm gonna go back inside where it's less scary. Although, again, this place is rickety and does not give confidence when it comes to its structural integrity. So I don't know if I'd be caught dead inside the structure in any capacity. Translate the palingenesis. That's the resurrection ritual. Translating it into English.
He tried his hand at several translations.
So maybe one of his attempts at translations is what got to the hands of Caleb and caused that botched ritual to go off in the way that it did. More dead squirrels and other various implements, bunch of ritualistic candles. Antea's snooping around as well. But yeah, it does not look good. It also makes me wonder, the lesser palingenesis ritual is for resurrecting somebody back from the dead. Is there a greater palingenesis ritual? How do you get much greater than resurrecting someone from the dead? Unless it's a mass resurrection where you resurrect a whole graveyard or some shit. Lesser and major affirmations. I mean, the word affirmation is not inherently scary, but Onomacritus is a very ominous sounding name.
What are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Evil spawn.
No writing. Lammy's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong.
Oh, an affirmation is by definition a power word, or power words. So maybe affirmations in this sense is conjuring shit. Oh, that's a good point too. Maybe not so much greater because it casts a wider net, but it's it's able to reach deeper without needing the body or something like that. Or a more rotted corpse or something. That is, Russo is also correct. Russo is absolutely also correct. What did the witch call it? What did the witch call it? The head witch. She was like, it's an expensive spell. Or an expensive trade, I think is what she called it. And then when pressed, she was like, whoa, 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 I'm not judging, I'm just observing. I don't judge, but I recognize the cost on the souls of others and on your soul. So Lammy, pretty recent. Again, I think this game takes place in 1965. Or fucking 1695. I can wait no longer, he says. Words will not save these people. Father has feared the loss of reputation, and he abandoned demonology, leaving me to learn it in secret. Now, that's
Speak
interesting.
well of his dad.
I think he thought he was better.
That's not a particularly difficult task, in fairness.
We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
It's odd to me that he was studying this in secret. Because didn't his dad say, oh yeah, I tried to like teach him about demonology and it just didn't take. He was uninterested. Got a ghost ward here.
More ghost wards. Someone was being extra careful.
It's a long way down. Can I open this up? I can move it. I like to move it, move it. The whole world down to get to... Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if there was something along those lines here. But yeah, I'm still stuck on like... The elder Haskell was like, oh yeah, he was so proud that he used to be a demonology. He was like, oh, I dabbled in demonology. I was kind of a scrappy upstart in my day, but you know, then I became a governor. I had to kind of push that aside and, you know, assume the roles of governor. Had to kind of put the demonology thing. But you know, I tried to teach my son, and he was kind of so-so. But that Etienne guy was super cool, and I really admired him. So it's interesting to me that Lammy was studying it in secret, but maybe he thought because he was taking it in a more extreme direction, his father wouldn't approve. He's probably not wrong, and his father was probably right. It also begs the question of what is the goal here. He's like, we can save the town. We can. Maybe he was thinking witchcraft or demonology is what could be used to cure the curse that has befallen the town in some way. But yeah, I wonder what his game plan was, where it's like, yeah, these, you know, we can preach all we want, we can try all these other things, but this is the path to salvation. This is what's going to save us all. Yeah, what were you thinking was going to happen, broski? Atherton, by the way. Interesting spelling of words, I guess, is like kind of like older English. Ethel, Antoine, and I, or Anton, rather, from a resurrection ritual. He brought a pig back to life for several minutes. The sacrifice of 4 fishes and 1 chicken was not enough essence, but dinner was pretty good. He would gladly sacrifice the faithful to his own eternal life. Hopefully not me. It begin. Anton preaches eternal life. The congregation listens, if bewitched. So...
This place has been a veritable Aladdin's cave of madness and horror.
It's an abandoned mill, Antea. It's no Versailles.
I mean, none of this is really surprising, but it is, you know, not great. It's not a great look. This is getting more and more suspicious as time goes on, but again, none of it is surprising. Few other ways we can explore here. I think Rusa is onto something, though. Some kind of, like, situation where the person in question is kind of oh, that was wrong. I thought they were gonna have me jump across. The person in question is like their ambition has caused them to go blind to the dangers. So there's no necessary. I've yet to see anything indicating this dude is like evil, but obviously misguided and thinks he knows better when it comes to, you know, attempting a ritual or getting into territory that is dangerous and questionable. He's like, no, I got this. It'll be fine. I'm a professional. And then,
come see this.
Obviously something bad's gonna happen. And, you know, He will gladly fuck around until it is time to find out. New amulet, which is good. Tier 3, which is pretty good. $15. You for 15 US dollars. And Antea found something. Can I activate this thing? Not yet.
No crank. Great.
Oh, I need to find a crank for it. I need to find a hog so I can start cranking it. How about you? Are you a hog I can crank? No, that's rabbits and foxes and wolves. Who up right now cranking day hog? Who up right now playing with day worm? Lammy's research. He was up to 21 tests. 22 tests. Subject sense my presence. Herbs don't have an effect on the senses. Failure. Yet it seemed to be deceived for a moment. Organic tissue, maybe. Inconclusive. Tried to fool it. He was trying to trick or deceive something. $15. So they call it pieces of 8, I think is what the currency is called. I think so. Probably. I mean, they didn't have USD back. Well, no, I don't think they would have had USD. This was before the revolution. So this was still an English colony. Meerkat says, whoa. Don't be assuming the status of my hog. The cranked status of my hog. Please do not assume, he says. I come nearer, it starts getting agitated, he says. Is he trying to, like, tame these things? He's resurrecting. Ghost words to increase the effects. Insufficient. Correct ingredients? Maybe the symbols are wrong. Still not working! All caps. He says, I'll finalize soon. Are we gonna, like...
Why did he feel like he needed so much protection?
Are we gonna happen upon his corpse? Eviscerated by, like, a resurrected demon creature thing? And, you know, I was making reference last night to, the intro sequence to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when they try to resurrect their dead mom. And we see how that goes. Equivalent exchange, that whole thing, like, that hasn't even been brought up yet, but I wonder, like, yes, what if it works, quote unquote, and it's not what you thought it was, and it's not what you'd bargained for. Need a key mechanism.
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex?
I suspect that, like, that's what he's using to get down into his, like, test chambers. I don't think the test chambers are up here. I think they're down below.
More magic mockery.
Magic fuckery.
He wished to disguise his presence, or perhaps to distract from it.
Oops. Wrong button. Is that a jar full of, like, trimmed toenails or some shit? What's in that jar? A little bit sus. It was $1. Spanish dollar. Gotcha. Okay. So that actually has historical context. It's not a thing they made up for this game. It's real. Also, I see that letter and I want to open it. This is where he slept. Occult philosophy from Agrippa. Is that like an actual person? That name sounds vaguely familiar.
Again.
So these
Agrippa?
cultists used the Agrippa for their rituals.
Maybe it's not a person.
Sounds bad. How bad?
Very bad. In search of eternal life, they fell into a trap. This book. Now, for their hubris, they served the void. They became a sorrow.
He's getting into some super science fuckery, alright. That's good to know, though, I guess. I had no idea. I just assumed it was a thing that was made up. Soon our fervor shall fair be rewarded with the greatest gift. Company is assembled, ready for the ritual. We have much to discuss. I care not. Eternal life beckons. How'd that go for Atherton? I mean, we probably already know. Antea is saying how they've most assuredly succumbed to the void. Gotcha. Okay.
The crank. Good.
Yo, time to crank some hogs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're going to, like, the tippity top. Oh, wait, no. Do this first. Use that shit.
The lift should work now.
It's twerking. I was thinking we would go to the tippity top. Maybe there wasn't anything on the tippity top. Oh, we going down, baby. A bunch of Agrippas? Okay. So this is most assuredly going to lead us down into some
Oh, seriously.
into some shit.
I'm apprehensive. Not just because we're going underground.
What are we going to uncover?
Welcome us.
What around here does.
What fuckery nonsense are we going to find that's going to be like extremely fucked up and ethically dubious? Also, it will inevitably lead us back to the main town because, again, we saw a kind of a mineshaft elevator sequence, not unlike this, that did lead back to town. Except that was kind of far away, wasn't it? Yeah, that's so... Okay, maybe I'm full of shit. Because, yeah, it was like an elevator shaft. It was right here, maybe. I don't know. Well, actually, no, it can't really loop around. There's really nowhere else it can go, so... Okay, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I'm full of shit. Would be the first time. And, of course, lots of barrels to vanquish, thank goodness. My day is not complete unless I get to kill some barrels. And there are some... Oh, wow. So we have quite a lot to explore here. There is a cursed chest, which means there's totems to acquire, so I'll keep my eyes peeled for those bad boys. Barrels to vanquish and cursed chests to unlock. A good time. It's a good day. Also, it's very dark. Very dork in here. Very dark and scary. Oh, there it goes. I think we'll eventually find some keys to these chests we were finding that had that were all like there's like 3 or 4 chests we found that were locked and had no obvious keys for them yet. It wouldn't shock me if we would start to find those things as we explore this area. This seems like a
You know, I could get to
pretty big ol' area.
underground. The darkness, the gloom, the cool air.
Spoken like a true dwarf.
No, not really.
Not really.
Not at all.
You know, us hobbits, we don't really do great underground. I'm more of a hobbit than I'm a dwarf. My beard isn't juicy enough to be a dwarf. What the fuck is that?
Living form, then.
Don't be so loud.
Shite. Here we go again.
So this is pretty similar to the cyclone formations that we see at the end of every void breach, except we're not in the void, we're in regular old boring ass meat space. Also, there's like the purple haze all in my brain right here, so... Oh, and of course, more of these creeping ivies. But yeah, I'm guessing that maybe the creeping ivies spawned because of this guy's experiments or some shit. Like, maybe he accidentally created them. But yeah, we'll have to use Antea to walk through that haze, because I think it's going to prevent Red from being able to do shit. Or, yeah, more witch... Or at least witch-like inscriptions in the walls. Can I break these? Yes, although... Oh, they're blocking some resources. So it's like, this isn't really blocking anything, but it's enjoyable breaking something. I just get the satisfaction of getting to destroy something. Also, I really like this sword. I think it's like, I just like the design. More of like a... Almost like a gladius. The weapons that Pius used in Eternal Darkness. Kind of the like the Roman straight sword. And I guess we're going down. They got more meat. You're correct as well. They're more stout. They're short but stout, whereas I'm short and flabby. I'm short and... Well, not flab... I'm short and scrawny, that's for sure. I got that broomstick build, you feel me? More juices. Juices than habits! Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely something Gollum would say. That's some real Gollum energy. We ain't just whistling Dixie there, homie. You're absolutely correct. Has anybody played the Gollum video game, by the way? I have not played it, so Alright, I guess I could talk shit because I've, like, seen the game. but I haven't played it, so you know, I'm not gonna be like, yo, the game is horrible, but it looks rough. It looks rough, and so you hear the lurching, you hear the rumbling as we're getting closer to this. Yeah, the game looks rough. I've watched a number of people play it, and it looks very glitchy, and very, very silly, and also just a questionable choice of a game to make. It was a game nobody really asked for, and yet someone decided to make it. And just go for... Oh, wait, no, I have to kill areas.
Ah, you'll be free soon enough, you bastard.
Oh, shit. Gotta find the roots. Uppercut. Bam.
A wee Highland kiss for you.
There's one other one. Nope, not you, not you. I saw it somewhere up here. Whip. Where is it? It's like over this way, and I kind of saw it from afar. There it is.
Standing by.
Oh, sorry, I got too excited. Uppercut. Bam. Oh, come on, I had the uppercut ready to go, and there was nobody in my line of sight. Oh, God.
Watch out!
There's a lot of shit happening here. Oof. Oof. Oh, this guy's throwing shit at me. Also, they are getting the health regeneration as if we were in a void breach right now, so they get the same benefits. I think it's just by virtue of being near a sorrow pool. I think that's what's giving them the benefit. No, can't go that way. Not right now, not while we're in combat. Yeah, I think the proximity to the sorrow is what's giving the bad guys the boosts. I can't... Well, actually, I can do this now. Whoa, shit. Really? Didn't break it. Normally this breaks that shit. Oh, it's... I gotta let it recharge. Alright. Is it down this way? Can see a hole that way. Whoop. Where's this? Whoa, shit. Here he is. I knew I'd find you. Yes, Blizzard. It's super effective.
Time to ring.
All right. Let's punch him real good. I got this thing ready to go. And punch.
That was filthy. When all this is
That was
over,
filthy.
I might retire.
It's a void breach.
You'd miss it. You know you would.
We still got a void splinter for our troubles.
See this?
There's the... That is an odd term. I don't know if I've actually heard the word before, but I can kind of piece together what it means. Yeah, I kind of figured that Miscalini had probably already been here, because she mentioned that, yeah, she had gotten some pretty high-level items and that she was in the Harrows. Yeah, I figured that meant she had already been through at least some of this. I'm going to explore a little bit before I commit to, you know, snagging some of these things. But yes, yeah, I would imagine that this is probably a little... I think past years where Miscalini probably is right now. Because when she raided us was the other night. This is where she was. Some of us enjoy Lord of the Rings, and a lot of us would be down for more things in the Lord of the Rings universe, but that was not at the top of our wish list. And yet someone decided to invest in making that game, and they done made it, and man, yeah, it looks rough. It looks rough, but yeah, that's what I think of now when I think of Gollum, is that goofy ass and apparently quite glitchy and not very well made video game. So Resurrection Ritual, he tried it. Oh, right. This is the one from like 50, 60 odd years ago. The pig, it was a success, but didn't last more than a few minutes. On the chicken, lasted much longer. Maybe it's small size, so it required less essence. Now, did they choke the chicken? That's what I'm wondering. The cow was a failure. Carcass was just too large. Ritual didn't even work. So, sounds like Lammy was trying to use these notes and make note of the failures of previous ritual attempts as a way to improve his odds. Also, the deeper, you know, at first it was like there was a reasonable, maybe not a reasonable doubt, but there was like no immediate evidence that there was something like sinister going on here, because like I was like, all right, maybe he's just doing experiments, maybe it's a little bit fucked up. But the deeper we're going, the more this is looking like a fucking evil boss lair. Like this is looking more and more like the lair in which a lich would have set up shop, and less of a humble, curious fellow performing a couple science experiments. Yes, the void, right. None shall escape it. Tablets of Messias. They exist for the bold pursuer. Burning or frozen deserts of the world. Many wounds of the earth. Impious or forgotten burial sites. Yeah. Yeah, there's the Lord of the Rings, like there's the licensed movie games that are very good. Well, I don't know about Fellowship of the Ring, but the Two Towers and Return of the King video games were extremely good. Playing Lord of the Rings online, right. I don't know anybody that played that back in the day, so I can't really comment on it. I'm gonna try to get it working though. Yeah, I hope it's good and I hope it's enjoyable, but yeah, that's one I really haven't heard anything about in general. Except I think it's I don't know if it's one of those where there's official servers, but I think there are like fan run servers, like community servers that kept it going. So gatekeepers, enslaved guardians, insatiable watchers assume countless glorious forms to perform their tasks. The sorrows, twisted and disfigured for their impious prying. Are the gatekeepers just the monsters, or is that something else, I wonder? That's a name. Carcassoa's chapters. 3rd and the 5th. Many gates may lead to the domain of a unique gatekeeper. Okay, it's probably a boss. It's probably going to be a boss battle then. The true pursuer may even be able to reveal or breed such breaches. Yo, we breeding? Am I young and fertile and breedable? Or no, I'm sorry, submissive and breedable. There it is. And if you're fertile, you're presumed breedable. That's the same thing. According to Mother Shipton, choice of words unveils so much undreamed atrocities. This is very well written. This has got to be Elio. What's that guy's name? The French guy, the French demonologist. Traps of the fool's hide everywhere in these pages. Most of the forbidden texts which dare to speak about these rituals. I'm not eager to be devoured or worse at the banquet of the void's eternal lords like so many before me. At least he knows that demonologists don't seem to have very good lifespans. Punished for the teethy satisfaction of the Gallu, always delighted to please their dreadful queen. It's interesting. Hey, you guys, did you know, in terms of human Pokemon coupling, I can't remember the... Yeah, we all know the one. We don't want to know it, but we all know it. Anytime I see any kind of Pokemon shitpost that involves Vaporeon in the slightest bit, if I see a long post and the first 2 words are, "Hey guys," the Monka S is instantly sets in. I was gonna say, there's gotta be some fellas. Fellas indeed. Oh, he's one of these guys. He's got a shield. No, I can't. Oh, here you are. I was gonna say, I hope it's on this side. Ouch.
You're wasting your time on this one.
Just want to knock his ass down so I can kill his homie. So that'll break his shield out of here. Uppercut! No shield for you. Ouch! He's out of there. Well, one more uppercut for the road. He's out of there. Can I break this thing? I don't think I can, actually. Yeah, I can't do it. Not yet, at least.
I know I make everything look easy, but...
Not getting through here. Got it.
Yes. And actually, Void, I probably do have a slot for it. Yeah, I would. In fact, yeah, what I could do is I could just hold up the physical Bomberman S that you made for me and just do like a pixel by pixel recreation. A digital recreation. I think that'd be pretty easy to do. Although I don't know if I would want to use one of my subscription emote slots. I'd probably just put it on like 7TV or FFZ so everybody could use it. Just because that's a really, really well-designed image that Void birthed from his delightful brain. As that is a treasured possession, my friend. Ooh, there is a thing I can shoot. I had a feeling. My American DNA was telling me there's something you can shoot, Alex. Just gotta find it. Or yeah, or if you had a file, yeah, that would work too. If you had a digital reference, that would work too. Let's look at the little animals.
Again, different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait.
Used as bait, you
It's how we
say?
got through the Sorrow's vigilance.
There's a very real chance that by the time we find Lammy, he's already gonna be dead, and he's already he's gonna be in the Void Breach, and he's already gonna be get murdered, and there's, you know, he'll be dead, but like his soul will have been turned into a ghost or a specter. We're gonna have to fight him. Like, that is what I'm bracing myself for. I could be wrong, especially because this is an investigation, so there might be a chance to cast a blame upon him. Maybe. Or maybe we'll find his spirit, and his spirit is going to be haunting his dad, and maybe we'll get to execute his dad. Who knows? Who knows, man? So many opportunities. All I know is, of course, that there is a path up top, but we can't go up there yet, because we cannot get past that web that we cannot burn away.
So, here we are.
We all knew this was eventually coming.
Wanted immortality. They got it.
The trade isn't fair. Guess that's the point. Now let's go before I change my mind.
All right, baby. Time to travel the void. Void, open up. I'm climbing inside of you. Open up, Big Daddy. I'm coming inside. Phrasing. Hacker voice, I'm in.
Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness.
General weirdness.
I mean, can't be far.
I'll be impressed if he's in here. This is not a place for the unprepared. In fact, it's hardly a place for the prepared, because these fights are pretty tough in this area. But it looks so cool. I mean, this is a place where Lammy would love to hang out and just kind of vibe, except for the slight issue of untold monsters. But it is really badass. I mean, I think this is cool. I keep referencing it, but it's like a Pink Floyd album cover, and I love this shit. I love the floating islands for this Ghost Forts. No. I love the floating islands. I love the fucking like the spires, the angry spires, and kind of general spacey asteroid feel. Badass. Shit's cool.
Demonologists really like pushing the limits of their knowledge without considering other lives.
Or their own.
That just makes them human.
Yeah, I suppose so. Are we that much better given that we're working towards resurrecting somebody ourselves? Well, you know. We're gathering the essences of human souls. How's that working for us? Well, I mean, so far so good.
Wards.
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
It's quiet. Too quiet. I'm keeping an eye out for the wards because bad guys are gonna spawn. And it might include specters, which... Oh, here we go. Which, Antea is better at fighting, better at damaging. So, noting where the wards are ahead of time is in our best interest whenever there's an option for it. Alright, go ahead and jump down. In fact, by now, I would have expected bad guys to have popped out somewhere. A little bit... It is suspicious that it's so quiet. Chair... A couple things knocked over, but nothing inherently dubious.
Bread.
Time for some breakfast. That sounds nice. Sounds tasty. Oh, this guy.
No more wards.
No more wards.
Thank you.
The good news is I don't hear... Again, there's no monsters fighting anybody, or us right now for that matter. Maybe they've already feasted on Lammy's flesh and they're satisfied. Maybe their hunger is sated. And maybe they have no need to spawn because their bellies are full of Lammy meat. And they're like, you know, we're good. We good, fam. You can just do your thing. Nope, nope, I spoke too soon. Is that? It might just be a totem.
Spectres. They haven't noticed us.
What was that?
Stay low.
Oh, I actually can't shoot him. Stay low. What if I want to stay angy? I want that totem. Oh, they really don't want me shooting him. All right. I mean, I'll be stealthy for now. Leftover za. That sounds nice. Sounds nice and tasty. So I can absolutely not get low with my bad self. Maybe the idea though is like stealth is a good idea. Oh. Interesting how I can start a fight with this guy, but not him. So it's just a marker. Maybe it's this is like a path to follow, maybe? It's a
Beware.
ward here.
Wards.
Yep. I'm also grateful I'm not hearing, like, the distant sounds of anybody getting fucking shredded to death or anything. Like, I'm not hearing, like, Lamb being like, oh god, so much blood! So that's at least something. There's a thing I can use up top. Here, can I, like, just squeak by you guys? Careful now, big boy. Yeah, that guy. Okay, I cannot attempt to shoot him. Let's follow Antea. She seems to kind of be leading the path here. Yeah, maybe there's... Inspect.
An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuffed like force meat in a turkey.
Yes, I think the idea is that if we do it right, we can stealth through the sequence without having to fight a bunch of fellas. And I could fight him if I so chose. And I do want... Oh, never mind. Okay, these are not things you pick up. These are... I suppose decoys. Like, things to lure the bad guys. Yeah, they're keeping them at bay. Now, that one doesn't have anybody that it's lured, but still. We did get through here. Yeah, I was thinking that those glowy bits were totems we needed to pick up, but instead they were just distractions. So yeah, maybe stealth is the way to go. Means less combat experience, but we've got plenty of that anyway, so it's fine. And go back that way, or I could dick down. Dip down? No, dick down. See a treasure chest, so this inherently is the right path. Also, I'm not an expert, but this has
Creepy hideout.
main quest progress energy.
A spawn likes a bit of drama.
Like that we keep calling him the spawn. This evil spawn. I'm gonna check the other path real quick, because that's clearly the correct direction to go. And I'm more of an incorrect direction kind of guy. In fact, you can combine those two words and call it an incorrect erection. An incorrection, if you will. Also, this looks to be a dead end. This would be the kind of place where you would normally have a warp jump thing. But nothing jumps out. Oh wait, hold on. Thought I saw like dead animals hanging from that rock, but there's nothing. We found our hideout. Still no Lammy, but like we're continuing to retrace his steps. What's this? Big old map of the Harrows. It was Roulet's map, clearly. The abandoned mill and God's Acre Cemetery were circled. Maybe that's where the breach is gonna spit us out. Maybe somewhere kind of on the other side of God's Breach that... Or maybe even... That might even be why it's called God's Breach. There you go. Or no, it's called... I'm sorry, God's Acre. Never mind. Still, it's awfully sus. Obscure demonology writings. Apparitions can... Oh, he was trying to control the specters and ghosts. Separated, maybe. Maybe that's what he was ultimately trying to do. He was trying to perform rituals to control... Yeah, he was saying that he couldn't... It couldn't be distracted, I think, is what he was saying. He's trying to control the ghosts and specters to be on his side. So that way, when bad things attack the town, they can use the specters and ghosts to fight for them. Maybe that's like the ultimate goal he was trying for. He says this has to be attempted with great care. Because if control is ceded, catastrophic effects would happen. If the words of power differ from 0.1 intensity and appropriate protections are not carefully used, the ghost will appear but will not bend to the demonologist's will. It's bad if that happens. No one is surprised.
Some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you.
I appreciate that Antea's like, oh no, I know all about this and it's fucked up, you shouldn't do it.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
What's this, like, bubbling goop? What's this Ivan Ooze bubbling goop stuff going on here? That's a little bit
Maybe I should search some.
questionable. Oh, look at it, like, walking through it has, like, this kind of, like there's a stickiness. I can't really, I cannot sprint. No sprints at all. Also, I appreciate that he was sleeping in close proximity to this goop, and the pillow rests just at the edge of the goopinations.
Something's missing.
Seems like a place where you'd normally be able to slide through, but this thing is blocking our path. And more of the gloops. Don't wanna get too close.
Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another
That's a
botched
rule?
experiment?
It may be
Not a bad
linked to
rule.
the void.
He's alive! I'm shocked he's alive. He can see her.
So, you can see me.
What's up, Dolph?
Aren't you full of
Good to see you, bud.
surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought
It's
I
not
was
like
going to grow old
pissed
again.
off. Are you stuck here?
Were you...
Harry Potter motherfucker over here?
In the Araloo. Originally, I was searching for the source of the poisoning. I may have overestimated my talents. Still, an amazing place to be stuck in, no? Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing, too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
He mentioned, like, the source of the curse. I mean, maybe that's what the goop is. I was thinking that somehow he had done something to cause the cursed goop to happen, but I don't know, maybe, like, that is ultimately the source of the curse that's befallen the settlement.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the
I can't say I blame him. I'd want to get the fuck out, too. He is very sus, indeed.
Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question.
It's a little too... That's right, bud. That's right. We got Generation Monster in the house. Yo, we got to raid Generation Monster just last night. And they're hitting us back. Thank you, my friend. Very generous. Very, very kind. Generation Monster was... Yo, we actually have a couple friends here that are big into Warhammer. Generation Monster was playing, last night at least, the Power Wash Simulator DLC for Warhammer 40k, and that's cool as hell. That's cool as hell because we've played a lot of Warhammer things here. Even though I'm still kind of a noob, it was still really fun to chill there. Generation Monster is a fellow St. Louis streamer and an art streamer. In fact, they were doing some art tonight That's super awesome. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. We're playing the same game I was playing last night. This is Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. This is the game made by the same developers as Life is Strange. And it's really good. It's really, really good. Good story. In fact, I will advise, we're probably about halfway through the game. So there are spoilers abound, but I'm really vibing to this game. Really, really enjoying it. Generation Monster, thank you for the raid. Again, fellow St. Louis homie. Appreciate you guys. If you have any clips you want to share, whenever somebody raids, especially if they're raiding for the first time, my favorite thing to do is to ask if there's anything you want to share. You were very generous. Last night when I raided you, you asked me, do I have anything I want to plug? I will do the same. Ask you if there's something you want to share, if there's like you're an artist, if there's any art you're working on tonight you want to share, or if there was a recent clip from a recent stream you want to share, like something funny or goofy that happened. You have the floor, my friend. Guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with us, sharing some of your homies with us for part of the evening. That's super fucking cool. We got Jason House, we got Snowshroom. I love it, baby. We got Split the Travel. We got some homies here, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, and thank you, Jason. That's nice of you to say, bud. I appreciate that. I do try to consider audio balance a lot, like if the game audio is too loud or music's too loud or too quiet. So it's an ongoing, an ongoing balance to maintain. But having a good old time. The quick version of what's happening here is that we're in what the game calls a void breach. It's basically like sort of purgatory. It's like sort of in between the ghost realm, the spirit realm, and meat space, if you want to call it, just, the real world. We're kind of in this void in betweeny weeny right now. And there's this dude, a fairly young guy. His name is Lammy. And he has been performing some ethically dubious experiments within the void. He's not necessarily evil, maybe, but he's doing some shit. And we just caught up with him, and we're like, yo, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I have so many questions, because we are Ghostbusters, basically. So, like, he finds our craft interesting, but it's like, listen, kid, there's some shit going down, so we're trying to uncover the mysteries. And we got a clip. Yes. Perfect. Let me switch over. I'm going to mute the game for just a second. Switch over to the browser screeny weenie. So let's see what Generation Monster is up to. Again, thank you for the clip. For anybody who is not following Generation Monster and you're thinking, whoa, what's this person all about? You're gonna get a free taste of the Generation Monster experience. Here we go, fam.
Because this is like, oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, wait, no, you might be all right.
No. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall to my death. No. Oh,
You're hungry.
God.
You don't need to be well fed to climb a mountain, do you?
No.
Oh, you're stuck in the. Oh, I see that. Uh-oh.
Too dark to see. Oh, I'm right there.
Oh. She'll stick the landing, right? Yes, you did actually.
Okay.
That's not so bad. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, as long as that wasn't gonna kill you.
Like, oh yeah.
Hold on, one more time. The audio's. I'm gonna raise the audio up a smidge. Just a smidgy. Smidgy little pidgey.
Because this is like, oh yeah. Oh, fuck me.
You use the parasol
no.
to great
oh my
effect.
God, I'm gonna fall to my death. No.
So you don't lose stamina while you're sitting.
Oh my god.
Wait, yeah, when you start climbing, there you go.
No.
Yeah.
It's fucking too dark to see. Oh, I'm right there. No.
You reach that moment where you're like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, you could just
Oh,
tell.
I didn't die. Okay, what the fuck?
I'm looking to see where your health is.
Surprising.
Because, like, you got the red ring of near death, at least. But she lived. She held it together. She held it together like a champ. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Generation Monster. The panic was real. I would have done the same thing. But you lived. You lived to tell the tale. You can just claim it was all calculated. And Split, thank you so much for that cheer. That's very nice. Very generous of you, my friend. We don't bite much. We don't bite unless if we bite, it means we like you. It's the good kind of bite, the good kind of nibble. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys and gals. I appreciate you guys hopping in with the raid. I know it is getting kind of late, by the way. So if you have to hop off, no shame, no pressure. If you have to hop off, I know it's getting kind of late here. We're gonna be going for probably another hour-ish, maybe 30, 40 minutes. and like I said, kind of continuing down this game's story. And things are weird. We're in like a weird part of the game, but I'm really enjoying it. Was very I can't say I blame you. I would have had the same reaction. Especially like like you see the bars going down, the stamina bar, and you see how far away the ledge is, and you just you do the calculations in your mind. You're like, oh shit, I'm not long for this world. It's not looking good. Not looking good for me. Well, like I said, so we just caught up with Lammy, and he's got sus. He's got some sus about him. Like there's something about him that's still odd and questionable, but I'm not convinced he's evil. I think he's just misguided, and he's overestimated his ability to perform these rituals and control the monsters, that kind of thing. So I wonder if he was taking advantage of Caleb's situation for his studies, that kind of thing.
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the Lesser Palingenesis.
Right, the resurrection spell.
Oh, you know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual ritual, not the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulti Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
That's questionable.
Of course. The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating.
I mean, it only slightly misfired and doomed several souls to eternal torment, but I mean, otherwise, it was really fascinating. Have a good night, though, Split. I appreciate you, bud. Also, another Missouri occupier. I'm in St. Louis, although my wife and I are actually heading to Springfield for part of the day tomorrow, which will be fun. So we're gonna be driving through some of Missouri tomorrow. Should be a good time. Your studies put you in danger.
Are you aware of what...
Exactly, Dolph, yeah. I'm thinking the exact same thing.
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Do you remember Deborah?
Does he know about her?
Scamenius.
He does.
Yes, of course, I remember.
Was she the witch that
Your
got tried?
father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
Just a smidge? You think? Jason's over in Indy. Very nice, bud. I have a cousin who lives in Indianapolis specifically, with her family. Get hit up Buggy's Split? I'm not gonna lie, that's actually part of why we're going there. Because the joke is that, well, it's not a joke. My wife and I had our first wedding anniversary about a month ago, and we joked we both really want to go to Buc-ee's at some point. So we joked like, yo, what if we went to Buc-ee's as our like anniversary celebration? Like, hey Alex, where are you and your wife going to celebrate your anniversary? Oh, we're going to a gas station? Like, that's such an ample opportunity as like a shitpost. But apparently Buc-ee's is awesome. So yeah, we're thinking as we're kind of in that neck of the woods, we might stop by at some point. Yeah, because that's the closest one to here at least. Yeah. Indianapolis is pretty... I've heard Indianapolis is pretty chill. But yeah, that's the thing. There's all the memes about Indiana, the rest of the state. I mean, I can't talk shit, though. I live in Missouri. You know, I like living in St. Louis, but there are aspects of the state's administration I don't always agree with. To say that much, so... Tweets their own, right?
You're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
So why? I'm so excited, Split. It's going to be great.
The origin of the Harrow's Plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Okay, so he didn't cause the plague.
Go on then.
Maybe.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
Tell us more about this thing.
But
Yeah,
the Araloo.
he looks like a Harry Potter stunt double.
The name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is made of the very fabric of our primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
A little terrifying. Well, can you prove that this proximity to New Edentown and I guess to the other settlement is what's causing this curse? Which is what's causing this general
Can you be
fuckery?
sure the void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Was it the same illness?
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the
I guess
Arrow.
porosity means porousness.
Where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it.
I did notice it.
This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
Oh shit. You ever smell something so stanky with such a dank stank? It confuses you and makes you forget how to move your arms and legs and you kind of pierce yourself a little bit? Brachiosaurus, oh that's cool. That's still pretty cool though, Dolph. Welcome back, Rusa. We did finally catch up with Lammy, and it sounds like he's actually he has actually shared information that I think is potentially helpful. But I'm still holding out for that moment when he reveals, oh, I also did this experiment, and then like points to a partially resurrected human demon, and he's like, isn't it cool? And then we're like, oh fuck, now you cross the line into unethical super science.
Paralysis. Can you tell me more?
I felt my mood.
He's just ODing on diazepam.
My thinking too, space seemed to thicken. But wait, what if it was not space thickening, but time slow?
Turns out he's just been snorting
In recent months, many
1600s equivalent, 17th century fentanyl.
Lost time, hours untrackable, days passing unremembered. Who knows how the Araloo disturbs the minds and bodies of women and men? Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
Who are you really? What is this child? Got a picture of it? That's cool, Dolph, yeah. Sounds like that, yeah. I'm thinking like, yeah, this is the 17th century equivalent of like super uber-charged fentanyl. He was saying like, oh yeah, when I sniff the stuff, I lose track of time and days go, I black out for days at a time. Yeah, that's not good.
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
It does.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Who taught you? Yeah, wondering about that. Dolph Grimm says he must be purged. Spinal fluids. Oh gosh. Ooh, that sounds rough. That sounds unpleasant. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah. So that you were actually administered it to keep things stable. That sounds unpleasant, Roos. I'm sorry to hear you had to go through that. That sounds really rough, to put it nicely. But I'm hoping things are chill now for you.
You did not find the void.
Spinal fluid. Ooh.
By
Oof.
accident. You had help. Who taught you?
I did my research.
Suddenly, you're a man of few words.
I'd rather not involve those not present. Discretion, you understand.
Presumably, Roulet is the person, at least one of the people.
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye. I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them. The very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong. Apart from a little theft.
I wonder why his dad changed his mind. Because, yeah, he was saying how he tried to get him to follow in the study of demonology, and he was like, oh yeah, he has no interest in it. Clearly he does, and even an aptitude for it. Also, the whole thing about Caleb, maybe that is the linchpin with which we'll be able to blame him. Because he did, maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly, offer to Caleb this ritual that sent him down the path of corruption. Like, absolutely. So maybe that's what we'll be able to use as leverage to cast blame on him.
Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
We know who it was.
He taught you
It was that Roulet fella.
On his visits,
Frenchman.
I would assist him with the research for the writing of his books. When the curse fell, he fled with thick-skinned Newsmith and left all his work behind.
Pretty sure he
Hope
died.
Made it. I'd surely like to one day show him the
Maybe
advances
not.
I've
Maybe
made upon
we
his
never
work.
saw a corpse, but hard to say.
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow
Interesting.
gone, I can make
Whoa! There's XGF.
careful. My home is your home. If you need anything,
Thank you,
help yourself.
XGF. So nice.
the hour loop.
That's so freaking kind. Thank you, homies.
But thank you.
I was gonna say this cutscene's almost done. Oh, that sounds rough, Rusa. Yeah.
Mr. Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just you're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat. Not in the way you do. I feel hunger.
I'll let this play out for a second here.
Not in the way you do.
Fascinating. And can you touch things, smell them? Are colours the same as you remember them?
My senses are different. It's difficult to describe how. I can see, sometimes touch. I cannot smell. Red tells me this is a blessing.
How do you manifest in this plane? Do you feel bound, or are you here by choice?
It feels as if I were clinging to a rope, high above the abyss. Even if I wished to let go, I could not bring myself to do it.
I see. What about your banisher skills?
This guy's full of questions, isn't he?
Do the accoutrements of your craft still work? As a ghost, do they not harm you?
The marks on my hands and the rings on my fingers aren't actually there. They have no more effect on me than a memory.
Can you talk to any ghost you wish?
No. I sense traces of their presence. To talk to them, I must still do the work.
And yet here I am, talking to you. How marvelous. The dead are rarely as articulate, nor are they accommodating. In fact, they're often quite rude.
We should probably get going. Some other time, then.
He wasn't wrong when he said he had a million questions.
Really scratched at the surface of the great mysteries. I mean, look around us. We stand here beyond the ultimate frontier. Sorry. I mean to say, yes, Mistress Duarte.
Mistress. This guy knows what's up. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We had XGF and Black Channel. Dream team right there. Holy shit. Rusa said, yeah, it was with the meds you had. Had a big ass needle going into the. Oh yeah, that sounds unpleasant. Dolph says the puddle of ooze might have convinced him. Anyway, XGF and Black Channel, thank you both for the raid. I see you were doing some Elden Ring. Was that seamless co-op by chance? I have a couple friends that themselves have tangled with seamless co-op, and they've tried to get me.
Burning to ask me questions.
Oh wait, are they still gonna talk? No, I think that was a one-time thing. But yeah, I have a couple friends that are doing the seamless co-op thing, and they're like, Alex, you should join us. But I've not played Elden Ring. In fact, I haven't played a Soulsborne game since Dark Souls 1, so I'm a little bit behind. Black Channel and XGF, you probably both know. If you have any clips you want to share, feel free to hit me with that shit, because I love getting to see the clippies. I love getting to see what kinds of shenanigans you're up to, just because you did me a solid by rating me, as you so often do. The least I can do is to say, like, yo, hit me with some fun clips so I can see what kinds of fun stuff you're up to. If you'd like. No pressure, obviously. Thank you, Agasa, for the shoutouts, as always, my friends. And yes, I know Black Channel, he's actually played this game quite a bit. I don't know how far he is necessarily, but yes, there's the chance of spoilers, depending on how far you are. I won't mention too much about what's happening right now, except I'll just say, if you don't know what void breaches are, then yes. And this whole notion of this gloopular stuff that our friend Mr. Lammy here thinks is key to the happenings in New Eden Town, and elsewhere in the region.
Antea, we should get going.
Trying to beckon our ghost wife to follow. Any cool bosses? Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you hanging out, though, friends.
So,
again, thank you so much.
The Fias Governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
He is dangerous.
The more powerful the loose cannon, the more dangerous it is.
What does it all mean? I mean, we knew from the get-go something about him was kind of off, and that he was going to be involved in some way. And again, there's nothing malevolent, nothing malicious necessarily, but I'm not convinced that he is without judgment here. We're in the gaming hours. That's right, we are Dumbledore. That's right, my friends. We have 3 raids in very quick succession, by the way. Generation Monster hit us with the raid. XGF hits us, and then Black Channel as well. Good freaking night we have. I'm in the company of so many cool buds.
The paralysis and confusion applies to me.
Oh boy.
But I feel strange, and I
So we have to wade through it, and we already saw it does slower movements. Got doctor appointment. Oh yeah, for sure. Understandable. Especially if you get an early rise. Yeah, there he is right there. So you can see, yeah, he's got his arms out. We can't sprint.
Yes.
Although Antea can walk through it easy peasy. That's probably the way to do this quickly. But thank you, XGF and Black Channel.
God.
Red doesn't like it.
Bit of help here.
Also, we can kind of see there's like a bit of a ghostly thingy for this way. So we're going the right way. Although ultimately we might want to go up top to that area. See if it loops back around.
Well, that was not pleasant. Well, not pleasant, that.
Didn't like that at all, he says. Can't say I blame him. Again, I just see this, I think of like
Wards,
in any kind of video
you're on your
game.
own.
Those kinds of gloopy areas are, it's never a good time. Like I hope it didn't give me some untold radioactive poisoning or some shit, you know? I hope it's not gonna give me, not gonna taint my DNA beyond repair in some horrible fucked up way. Also, I'm guessing I'm here now. What does that do for me? We haven't found the ghost ward.
Wards. I'm going
It's
to
preventing
need a hand.
Antea from manifesting from up here. It's rare for this game to offer like a little platform to jump up like that doesn't have a point to it, like doesn't have some kind of destination. So I'm wondering if there's something that's yet to make its appearance known.
The ward's power is gone.
The ward's gone though, at least, which means Antea can do her thing. I don't know, maybe the idea is it's just that it's one big maze. Also, we don't want to stay here too long. We want to investigate the source of the ooze and all that jazz and report our findings back to Lammy, and then with probably him in tow try to escape here. But remember, the witches told us if you stay too long in the void, it's gonna be a not good time for everybody involved. The sooner we do our business and get the fuck out of Dodge, the better. And of course, we don't have a map. Oh, there's a jump. Perfect. That explains it. That answers the question.
We need to look for somewhere to cross.
Oh, except I'm on the wrong side. So it's this one. Kind of surprised we didn't see the jump sooner, but I think it was because Anteo was just straight up blocked. But now, a big old jumpy. Now we get to fight things. It's only a matter of time. Uppercut!
They never learn, do they?
They never learn the lesson that is, it's not good to be a ghost. If you're gonna choose to be a ghost, don't do it. Or at least don't be a mean ghost.
Look to me.
This guy's not nearly as jumpy as the previous guy that we fought. Previous big fella. Uppercut! I did stun him. Not too shabby. The jump is still there if we needed to hop back. Hop, skip, and jump our way back.
It oozes through the
Is this it?
breach. Suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
This is exactly it. So I wonder if there's a way to cleanse this shit.
See what lies on the other side.
So we can perform the ritual. I'm just curious, like, I walk back this way, yeah. So and of course form this pool. So is it coming out of the breach? No, well, it's coming out of the walls. So we found how it's seeping into our world. We still haven't found, like, ultimately where it's coming from. And this is presumably going to bring us back to our world. Unless it's like another layer of void or something, which would be a super void. Super void, super breach. Zoop. And I get sucked. I get the big void suck. Well, sure enough, here it is.
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
You can see the gloop. It's kind of everywhere down here. Inkwell. It's an appropriate name, I would say. Could I warp back? Currently, no. So, sorry, Lammy, you're just kind of stuck there for a bit. Sorry about you. Hope he'll be a good sport about the whole thing. He'll be fine. He's not gonna get horribly murdered while we're gone. Nothing bad ever happens to people in video games like this. Surely he's got enough NPC character energy, or I guess just NPC energy. Or NPC armor, right? Because, protagonists usually have plot armor. Protagonist armor to protect them.
It's the incarnate, too.
Surely he's gonna be fine. The ooze, like we're seeing it here, is not too dissimilar from the kind of accumulations that cause the purple haze to get formed. The haze where you have to use Antea to kind of walk through the mist because red can't see through it. There's always that kind of like little gloopular accumulations. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Is that one of the guys we banished? Or blamed, rather?
But I don't think we're alone.
Is this like, are we going to start to see the gloop corruption versions of some of the spirits we've blamed and vanquished, I wonder? Are we going to have to answer to those we've executed previously? Hard to say. Or maybe they're just memories. I don't know. But yeah, we're starting to see some curious evidence.
What might you be, then?
Yes, what is it indeed? Do I have to follow you? I don't want to walk on the goopy, unpleasant stuffs. Entity is what we call it.
What was...
Oh, shite.
Oh, shite.
Did you just say shite?
Honestly, I'm here for it. The more curse words, the better. There's a bunch of them. And they don't appear to be enemies just yet, at least. There's one down here. And they all disappeared. And I walk in all the same. It kind of gloops me up. Yeah, they kind of looked like they looked a little bit like was it wasn't Charles, was it? The first ghost we encountered? Maybe.
I thought it'd be.
Oh my.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
We may be below the well.
No wonder they all got sick.
So are we implying that a house just fell underground? I mean, there was that large chasm that opened up. Maybe it just swallowed a house. Well, mostly whole. Whole. It's too far away. She did. She did. You love to see it. Or love to hear it, at least. The more vulgarity, the better in my book. Ooh, the river of blood. The river runs red. I mean, no wonder the well was causing some problems, because yes, this red ooze was doing nobody any favors. I wonder if the water looked fucked up. Like when they were pulling water out of the well, if it was bubbling and was whispering nightmares and had tentacles writhing inside of it. I mean, this water looks better. It's like when we played Timberland, Justin Timberlake, the Beavers game, the Beavers real-time strategy game. And there was what they called the bad tides. The bad tides would mix with the regular water. Like, this seems all right, except yeah, just the minor issue of all the blood water. The dead guy here. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have to fight some more spirits eventually. No answer to what these corrupted water manifestations of the spirits are, though. These entities. I think it is Charles we're hearing. I think that's who we're hearing.
Love doing that.
I don't know why specifically him. Collapsed house. Oh, this is a rest stop. Okay. Good to know. Amity Gibbs. What? That's a name. Clemency. Clemency and Amity. Parents. Ruben and I settled in Providence. Got a quaint home that is quite lovely. You might not like the color of the drapes, though. Attend the meeting house. That's good. Got the sermons. Good. Nice and chill. Men of piety here. Yes. The farm has seen some trouble. I'm sure it'll pass. It's probably fine. But Ruben would be willing to lend you some money. Maybe we'll go back and visit at some point. Okay. Should you agree to certain stipulations on your behavior and manner of speaking to Ruben, who deserves neither wheedling nor snide remarks. Interesting. So maybe they didn't apply of presuming her marriage to Ruben. I don't think the name Gibbs or Amity or Ruben jumps to mind. They're not names we've heard before, but we might hear more about them.
A certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs.
What else we got? Crank this puppy open. Ooh, another ring or amulet, maybe. Actually, no, it's probably more the bracelet thing. Got a few inventory things to consider. What this? Cotton Mather. Confess those things to be true. Oh, this is probably Deborah's inquisition. The witch hunt that accused Deborah. Familiarity with the devil. Did she make an express covenant with him? She answered she had not, only as she promised to go with him when he called. Which accordingly she had sundry times done. So, I mean, They claim she confessed to witchcraft, so they claim. What this? Inside the Pandora box. Proverbial curses upon mankind. Epidemics are considered punishment. Okay. Sounds just great. Just wonderful. The answer is somewhere else. Between these rival conceptions... Blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. So the Aralu, the Great Below. Pandora's true name was Anisidora, she who sends up gifts from within the earth. They search for these signs, like a true pursuer. They seal off the void's breach, oozing... Wait. Oozing of the gifts of the underworld? I don't think that oozes a gift, bro. Yeah, it was a bracelet we just got. We'll check that in a second. It might not be a bad idea. I think it was tier 3, so what we have is probably better, but we could level it up. So they say they remain like ants trying to stop a forest fire. Blind zealots arresting and hanging sorcerers and worshippers. Supposedly spreading the disease, and most of the time those cultists assembled here because oozing gifts called them in the first place. Sheep's confusing the sheepdogs with the wolves. This was the Frenchman, the demonologist, Mr. Roulier. I'm gonna love looking for that ill mouth nearby Eden. So yeah, the locals called it the ill mouth, and that's what drew a number of demonologists, including Mr. Roulier here.
Picking up something spectral nearby.
This is like very much tickling their pickle. And here's some of it right here. It's apparently something spectral. I can retrieve a bunch of stuff here. And is this blood or spectral goop? It looks like just plain old-fashioned blood. It's good old-fashioned God-fearing blood right there. I remove this thing and slurp up its knowledge into my brain with my mouth, or my eyes, I guess. So actually this would have been contemporary times, relatively contemporary to this game, because I think we're in 1695 right now. All repaired, tithes, ale and bread, candles, carpenters, so a whole bunch of stuff. The account books for the farm. Okay, that's not so bad. So that was spring and then winter. Oh, we're going back. Okay. So 95. Oh, okay. The revenue is dwindling. Yeah, 80 up 95 up 152. We're going back in time. So yeah, once 1695. I keep doing that. Once I'm not used to saying the 1600s. Once 1695 hit, that's when shit got weird and bad. Although spring, well, I guess. Well, I'm actually kind of surprised spring was generally not good. You think spring is... Oh, wait, no, you plant in the spring, you harvest in the fall, right? Never mind. So, this spring is lower, but maybe it's not that much lower. This winter is not great. Yeah. Still, it was the line graph was trending not good.
Gibbs's land was barren.
They were struggling for money. Yep. Can't say we're surprised by that. I am curious what's inside her. This is like a little secret area. If this is a dead end or if it's something else entirely. It does jump up this way. Yoop. Just gonna bring me to something cool. We can make this jump, or... Oh, I thought maybe I could jump up here. Yoop. Am I gonna have to fight some baddies? This seems like a great place for bad guys to spawn. Sure enough. And they do not have a ton of health. Ouch, except they can shoot me in the face, which I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, they don't have a ton of health. Very much unlike the other guys we fought more recently. What's he doing? Ouch. Okay, that means they're about to shoot. Oh, he's got the shield. Punch. Not so bad. Yeah, we fought much higher level things, and in recent memory, I mean, that one elite guy that had a bajillion hit points. That guy conditioned us for much worse. Out of curiosity, can I snipe this fool? Yeah. Cool. Take that, barrel. Once again, the ultimate villains of this game, so it would seem. Okay, so just a couple little trinkets. It's time for some coffee. That sounds nice. Does sound nice. Although, we are rapidly approaching. We're rapidly approaching 2 a.m. So methinks should probably wrap it up pretty soon here. There's lots to explore. There is lore, things to dive into. I'll go ahead and grab this treasure chest while we're in this neck of the woods. But like, there is so much to do. Much like the great philosophers of our time, Smash Mouth once sang, so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the underground gloop-infested corruption? They didn't quite sing that part, but it was implied. There's, yeah, lots to do and see here, and lots to investigate. Maybe even more of those little decoy spaces, those little decoy areas. And the, or maybe they're totems. It's not 100% sure, certain. Where's the thing I shot? I shot a thingy, and it was kind of this way. Kind of like vaguely this direction. I should have taken a better note of where things bounced. Over here. Oh, maybe, is that it right there, maybe? I think that's it right there. Okay. Well, that means we'll pick it up next time. So I'll go ahead and, we'll go ahead and do this. Go and light the fire. And this will be kind of where we save for next time. And we'll pick up where we left off. I imagine this whole little sequence has actually been very interesting. And also pretty... having a lot of layers to it. Like, we keep going deeper and deeper into this. And it keeps being more and more interesting. But, like, damn, this shit just keeps going. Shit just keeps going. And, yeah, it makes you wonder, like, how deep does the rabbit hole go? The corruption-infested, nightmare-inducing rabbit hole. The good news is, I mean, there's daylight, there's birds flying around, like, alright, we're not too far from salvation. But anyway, friends, we're gonna go and wrap it here. We continue to find witches. We continue to witch find, although right now we're in the inkwell. This game is awesome, man. This game kicks ass. We will likely continue this on Sunday. So no stream tomorrow, almost assuredly. You heard me saying earlier that Gracie and I are doing a little road trip. We'll be hanging out a whole bunch tomorrow, and I'm very excited. But, yeah, no stream tomorrow. We'll plan for probably a stream on Wednesday. Or, I'm sorry, on Sunday. I say Wednesday. On Sunday. So we'll plan for a stream probably on Sunday. Will be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. This game continues to be great, and the road trip tomorrow will be a fun time with my wife. Look, my hair's all messy. Got the messy hair. No, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, got lots of things to look forward to this weekend, which is good. It's been a long week. You know, work was a fucking exhausting experience this past couple weeks in particular, but last week was pretty tough. But the good news is that it's done. We survived against all odds. And we get to celebrate by having a pretty nice weekend ahead. So that's really nice. Let's find a raid target, by the way, because we had so many people raid us tonight, and that's super neat. That is super neat. We had motherfucking XGF and Black Channel and Generation Monster hit us with some raids. That's super cool. Lots of homies, and I appreciate you all. Let's see if we can keep that love going, baby. Let's keep that energy going and see if we can raid into another homie. Might be doing something themselves. There's a number of people live right now. Many of whom are people we've raided, you know, relatively recently. In fact, I'll ask you guys, does anybody have any raid suggestions? Because I've got many homies who are live right now. A few people I haven't raided in a while, so like it'd be easy for me to pick a person. But I don't do this often enough. I don't ask for raid suggestions often enough, because sometimes somebody might have a raid suggestion, they turned out to be super cool, and it's like, yo, I'm always down to make some new friends, some new connections. Always a good idea. We got Brianna. Let's take a look. See what they're up to right now. Especially if you think they might be live for a bit. Especially if you think they're going to be live for a little bit, then it'd be perfecto. Looks like she's doing some Final Fantasy. It looks like she actually just started. about less than an hour ago. So yeah, we'll raid her. Usually I try to raid people like a little bit like closer to my view count. She's got like 60 viewers, so she's doing just fine. But you know, still in the grand scheme of things, she's not like a several hundred viewer streamer. So you know, and by that point, it's obviously a drop in the bucket. So yeah, we'll go and raid her. It's always nice to get some new homies, some new friendos. She's super chaotic. I love me some chaotic goblin energy. I am one who aspires to evoke chaotic goblin energy myself. So that's perfect. That's perfect, friends. Real quick, here's my socials page. I was spamming it a little bit earlier. I'll spam it one more time. And once again, we've got the Discord server that anybody can join. Once we unlock more Steam Key giveaways through the Dare Drop campaign for this game and also future Dare Drop campaigns, we'll be issuing those raffles. We will be doing the giveaways and the raffles through the Discord server. So if that's something that would tickle your pickle, you enjoy Steam Key giveaways, that kind of thing, join the Discord server. It's free to do so. And I make sure to really telegraph when the giveaway channels are live. We don't have any giveaways happening right now, so none of the giveaway channels are open. But when they happen, I'll make sure to advertise what's going on. What's up, Egbert, by the way? Am I an evil goblin? A little bit. It depends. It depends on the time of the day. Yeah, unfortunately, we are wrapping up. Yeah, we were playing some Banishers. Oh, you mean the game Banished? Banished. Yes, I have not played that game, but I've heard it's extremely good. In fact, I know Elgaso says he likes the game a lot. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, friends. We're going to hang out with Brianna Brittany, who is a recommendation of Dumble Dandy. Dumble Dandy is he's a cool dude, and I'm pretty sure steered us to some other raids. To other raid targets in the past. So Dumble Dandy knows the good shit. The number one? Hell yeah, bud. Hell yeah. I mean, I have no reason to doubt you. If you're memeing on me, or if you're like truly a top ranking fella or Cinderella, that's dope. That's dope as hell. Yeah, it's a game I really ought to play because I've heard it's been recommended to me, and Elgaso says it's very good. Elgaso tends to have very good recommendations as well. Have a good night, Void. Yeah, have a good night to everybody. We're gonna raid Brianna. Once again, the socials page, like I said, it's got all my links. The Discord server, yes, but also my social media accounts. It's got my YouTube channels that I maintain, including the Stream Archives channel. And yeah, it's got all the stuff in there. You know, the usual stuff. All of us streamers, we all have a Linktree page. I'm not special. I just pretend that I am. My mom says I'm special. Anyway, friends, I appreciate you guys. Really appreciate people hanging out with us. Again, XGF, hit us with that raid. Generation Monster, Black Channel. So many cool homies hanging out with us. I'm a lucky Alex. I'm a lucky Hobbit fella. Have all these cool buds in our corner. Appreciate you guys and gals. Egbert says I got the screenshots. That's awesome. Once I eventually play Banished, Egbert, I might need to tap into your brain so I can get the pro knowledge, because Elgaso can tell you, and others can tell you, I'm not always the best when it comes to strategy games. I have much to learn. Much to learn. MSU for... Oh, interesting, Void. Yes. Yeah, I'd be curious. But it sounds good. Elgaso is also Kenshi. So many games, man. So many games I want to play, including games I've signed on for like, Dare Drop games, those kinds of things. I got plenty of games in my future. It's a good problem to have. It means I'll never be bored. Good night, friends. Appreciate you guys. Everyone have a great night. And yeah, I'll be back Sunday. No stream tomorrow, but we'll be back Sunday. Good night, folks.